Here out in Schiller Park. We're now going to be doing the good and the hood.
Chooch, yep.
I think Marshall knows I appreciate old architecture and old Chicago. So today we're going to go from the good to the hood.
Yep,
so.
make a right and then get in the left lane when you can.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
So we're
heading south on River Road right now. We're going towards Oak Park. And
how you doing? If I miss you on the side, forgive me. I'm driving here, so hello everybody.
Yep. And when you get
to the good and the hood experience today, Chicago style Choochin. So
we're heading south. We're going to make a left on a light. We're heading south on River Road here. We're going to make a left on Irving Park here.
And tell people we're out near
Schiller
O'Hare.
Park. Yeah,
right?
we're not near O'Hare Airport. We're on Schiller Park, and I'm going to show Rosie.
One time the busiest airport in the world.
It is amazing, this transition between Austin area and Oak Park, from really bad to really good.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, Wigtown. You like that thumbnail? That was the ultimate hood, Wigtown. In Baltimore, it would be the hair weave, Mr. Ray's hair weave.
There's
hey,
Rosa.
everybody, there I am. So it should be pretty fun. Wigtown. Yeah, thought that was a pretty cool thumbnail. Added to my collection here. At the end of my journey, I'll be putting all the photographs up into one photo essay at the end there. If you're not on my Instagram, make sure you are. Rosie.O'Kelly on Instagram. Make sure you're following along. So, you guys are going to be seeing a video later about a really good, authentic eating experience, Chicago style. Just leave it at that. It was worth the drive. Sometimes I complain about the distances that we go, but it always ends up being worth it.
Yep. Try to stay in the right lane, Rosie, if you can.
Down River Road.
Right now we're going on Irving Park. We're heading left Schiller Park. We're heading east on Irving Park Road. We're going to take this down to Harlem and make a right. We're going to be going towards Oak Park. This is part of the Des Plaines River, I believe, right here. And this is one of the forest preserves. The Schiller Woods. Rosie calls it a swampland, but this is the forest
preserve.
preserve.
It's very swampy. I'm sure the mosquitoes, it's not the kind of place in the outskirts of Chicago that you want to be at nighttime, because, man, the mosquitoes will get you. It's like up in Detroit.
But they're a beautiful time in the fall time to be in the forest preserves.
I guess if you're killing time, it's a good place to be. There's worse places to hang out for sure. So, welcome aboard, everybody, on another Choochin experience, Chicago style. The good and the hood.
The good, the bad, and the ugly of Chicago that we're showing.
Yeah, so we're going to start with what, the good, Marshall?
We're going to start with the good, Oak Park, and then you're going to go into the really bad, which is Austin.
Okay, so we're passing the forest preserve here.
Yes, we are, and let me see what this road is here.
That's like a place that specializes in flying model airplanes, that part
Right.
too, which is interesting. So welcome aboard, everybody. We got, is that Missy Jenn in the chat? Welcome to Chicago, Missy Jenn. Out on the west side of Chicago here, the northwest part of Chicago, out near O'Hare.
Out near O'Hare, yes indeed. We're on Cumberland and Irving Park Road here. And
get this adjusted around. Get you guys the best view that I can possibly get you here. How you doing, Jen? Nice to see you.
How you doing, James Dean? Nice to see you. Give me a thumbs up, guys, here on Nopes Travels. We're live on the air. We're going to do a drive-in chooch. I think Rosie's going to like it.
I think Marshall planned out a pretty good route to give us the whole taste of the whole.
Yep. We're going to be going from the west to the east. And it'll be, I think Rosie's going to be very interested in this. It's quite interesting.
Good afternoon. Who was that? PG, good afternoon to you. I see Jen in here. Always an honor to have you in here, Jen. Thank you for being on the stream today. Looks like my lane is going to cut out here, so.
Yep, you've got to merge. And we're heading east on Irving Park. We'll catch Harlem Avenue going south. Bound.
Luckily, it's
This
about
is another iconic place here, Bobo's. I don't know if you've been there. One of the
Hot
best
dogs.
Italian beefs in Chicago. Right there. Really good and really good fries. That's another place.
What makes a good fry? The cut, not the
The skin-on
processed
fries, the kind of
skin-on
oil
fries.
that they use to fry them in. Yeah.
So what neighborhood is this that we're
I
passing?
believe, I'm not sure if this is still Schiller Park or not. It could have transitioned into another neighborhood, but all these neighborhoods here are really nice, close to O'Hare. You can see how clean they are in the houses and apartments and how well kept things are.
I've been impressed with how clean Chicago is. Period.
Yes,
And
most of them.
the most impressive thing to me has been the massive way that they build homes here with brick. These homes are sturdy as can be. When you come out of California, it's all about wood siding, and it's cheap construction because you don't have to really weatherproof it. So.
Yeah.
We're passing by Acacia Cemetery here. Acacia Park Cemetery.
Yes, and Harlem Avenue is a very famous street. It goes all the way from the north side of Chicago to the south side. It's all a good area, and it goes through Arabic areas and Italian. We're in the Norridge. This is the Norridge area. It's a very nice part of the Chicagoland area. A lot of Polish people live here, Italians. This is a famous place that Mr. X likes, Edelweiss. It's a German restaurant, fine German dining.
Yeah,
That's Mr.
Edelweiss.
Edelweiss, yeah. Is that how you pronounce it?
Edelweiss. Just
Edelweiss.
like the Sound of Music. Edelweiss by Julie Andrews. Or actually Christopher Plummer. I guess they used a voiceover for singing.
Yep, it's a German place.
I think Edelweiss is Jen knows. I think it's the type of vine. I'm not sure that grows in
Yep.
the type of flower or plant that grows in Austria, Germany. If Missy Jenn's on there, she'll know what Edelweiss is.
Yes, indeed. And like I said, Harlem Avenue is known all throughout Chicago for a lot of different Italian restaurants and pizzerias, Italian beef stands.
Edelweiss is a flower. Okay, there we go. And hello, everybody. Welcome to the chat stream today. Just finished a
Hello, everybody.
signature Chicago lunch today. So
I've
look
got
forward to
Rosie
that
here with
video.
me here. So
Hello, everybody.
we're double streaming here. We're just on the road waiting, ready to get.
Choochin. Are you by Tinley Park? I'm not sure.
No, we're in Norridge right now. We're heading towards Oak Park, and we're heading towards Austin area of Chicago.
All right. So for me, I'm surprised Mr. X would come this far out. We're on the Great Oriole Avenue. You're Baltimore Orioles, baby. Oriole Avenue. There is a sameness to Chicago, I will say. That is a very flat city, except when you get down to the core. And there is some sameness in the different areas, but the predominance of pizza places is really what strikes me in Chicago. Is almost every corner has seems to have a pizza shop on it, and the competition must be fierce in pizza. Here to be a good one anyway, I guess, Marshall. To be a great one is very difficult.
Very difficult. You got to be on top of your game. See if you can get in the right lane, Rosie.
Okay.
Get in the right lane here. Yeah, I think this could be Harlem Avenue coming up here. Let me see. This is Forest Preserve Avenue. I'm not sure if that's. I don't think that's Harlem. Yep, we're over here at this intersection here. Long distance walking today. I'm not sure. We want to do some driving chooch here. There's a lot of stuff to cover here.
Really
Driving. There's a lot of
Got
class.
to wait till the sun goes down to do
It's
walking chooch.
it's very humid too.
It's unbearable if you course, it's about 10 degrees cooler than they thought it would be today, so that's the good news. At 4:12 p.m., which isn't bad. So it's 87 degrees, but the humidity is very high because of the rain that we had.
Exactly. Yep. Well, we're going to continue here on
Irving Park
We're
Road.
on Irving Park Road here. I'm trying to get to Harlem Avenue.
Yeah, next one's hard.
Okay, we'll make a right on Harlem here. This is the Norwich area. It's a very nice area. Like I said, a lot of Polish, Italian, cell phone repair. There's another place for Rosie to repair her cell phone. So make a right here in Harlem, Rosie. And now we're going to head south on Harlem Avenue. There's Falafel Dream. This is
Falafel Dream,
a
baby.
place here. Yep,
There's a
Falafel
Middle
Dream.
Eastern market there too.
The famous place, Mr. Beef on Harlem. We've been here. Jay Leno's ate here before.
Over on the left, you'll see Mr. Beef.
On Harlem.
I had one. I don't think it was the Harlem location, but it was pretty good.
It was actually this location.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yes, it was.
So,
That was it.
all right, that was almost 4 years ago. So.
Yeah, I don't think even Rosie
Marshall
remembers.
says it took 4 years to get back to Chicago.
Watch out, Rosie.
Yeah, I'm okay.
So,
Took
yeah.
4 years to get back to Chicago. I hope the stream quality is good. Verizon has been excellent on this trip. Let's see, Apteka Zawala. What the hell is that out there?
That's some sort of looks like a Polish place, Cafe San Francisco, Cappuccino. That's a cappuccino place, Italian place. Sushi bar. Yeah, there's a lot of different businesses there in Harlem. We'll be passing the iconic, I believe, nearby the Johnny's beef. When they say it's the best beef in Chicago, I disagree. I think they have one of the best ice in Chicago.
You said the problem is they shred the beef as opposed to slice the...
Well, Al's beef is more shredded, yes. And the Johnny's beef is sliced, but it's kind of a small sandwich. And to me, it's okay, but it's not Chicago's best like they say it is. What do you think these houses go here for, Rosie? Little ranch houses? About $250?
$250, $240.
$240.
You're going to have a lot of, like I say, the construction's very solid in Chicago.
These are made better than California.
Oh yeah, because California doesn't have to insulate against cold. You don't. These things are built. These things look like they could withstand F3 tornadoes coming through.
This is the kind of I like the bungalow style, but
yeah, it's really like a 1930s, 40s style. It looks like.
Yep. I think this could have been a place that.
Eye scratching Irish.
This place has good food over here, Rosie.
Yeah, okay.
Forno Russo. I think I've been there before. Good
If
Italian food.
I miss you on the side chat, apologies. I've got to really focus on this is real stop and go traffic here, so I need to kind of keep my wits about me.
Yep.
Here, this road seems to be very busy here.
Yes, it is. A lot of different businesses here.
Welcome to another classic shoot, Chicago style, the good and the hood. And obviously we're starting in the good, not the great, but the good. We will get to the great. So
this is some more new construction here, condos that they're building.
I got a pretty good price, $3.29 for gas today, which was a bargain in this city. Illinois just enacted a gas tax that really zoomed. They hadn't raised the gas tax for almost 20 years. So.
Do you know who Carrie Bridges is, Rosie?
She's a nice gal that's on my chat. Yeah.
That's on your chat. Mm-hmm. I just want to ask my people that are watching here, 60 people, how many people are subscribed to Rosie O'Kelly? Press 69. All right, we're going to keep on going.
Ribs, chicken, and gyros. Gyros.
Gyro. Gyro. I think this place is known for their food too. Franksville. A lot of different places are in Harlem. There's a lot of...
to me, this just reminds me, if any of you are familiar with Baltimore or Towson, Maryland, this reminds me of York Road in Towson.
This will take you all the way to the Arabic area on the south side of Chicago. And it's all a good area. Anything around Harlem is good. So we're coming up here. Another pizza place, another pasta place, homemade pasta and sauces, pasta fries. This is all an Italian food paradise here.
Yeah, I can imagine. I just think that the competition for pizza must be incredible to try to get an edge on other people. You got to really produce something special to get that edge. I'm going to take the cover off the phone. I don't want it to overheat here, so bear with me a second. Let's put that back up. Put the cover off the phone. There we go.
Why do you say this reminds you of Baltimore, Rosa?
It reminds me of Towson, Maryland. The same width of the street, the same assemblage of buildings, the same construction that you see on the sides of the road. It just is the similarities are striking. What's called York Road out in Towson.
Is that an Italian area?
Nope.
Where is the Jewish area of Baltimore?
Jewish area is Forest Park out that way, Goucher College, out in the northwest side, Owings Mills, Maryland.
I gotta say, my dad had one of these that was navy blue, and they stole it.
Wow.
He was for one of those Rivieras. That's pretty cool. Buick Rivieras, Taco Burrito.
Garrison Forest is another renowned Jewish area of Baltimore. Park Heights, Randallstown, out that way, out the west side.
All right,
Reisterstown Road.
Yeah. We're still heading south on Harlem. We're on Harlem and Belmont. This is Belmont here that goes east and west. So if you were to make a left on Belmont, it would take you all the way to the lake. It would take you all the way to Boys Town, to Belmont and Clark.
Do you think
Belmont
they have
and
like
Olsen.
6 or 7 major east-west routes?
A lot of them.
5
This
or
is
6
one of them. There's a lot of them that
They
are
have
east-west.
angle streets too.
Exactly. So
Milwaukee Avenues and Angle Street goes in. You can actually see downtown from Milwaukee way out at the end. So it's 88 degrees right now, everybody. Welcome aboard. Another Chooch here. Yeah, your thumbs up are definitely appreciated. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thumbs up is very appreciated. I'm not ignoring the chat. I'm just trying to be very careful driving today.
Yep.
As we're getting into rush hour here too. So
White Castle or some other Italian businesses here. Luke's on Harlem. Arizo, The Cellar, Wine and Spirits. A lot of different businesses. Well, according to Mr. X, a lot of mobsters used to live in Oak Park back in the day.
Yeah, statistically, I think Forest Glen is the richest area, but Oak Park was probably the old-time rich area.
The old money, exactly. It's
where
the old
clubs, the 1920s and 30s. So
Yep.
Marshall thinks the architecture would be more interesting. It wouldn't be modern. It'd be more circa 1920s.
Right,
stuff.
and that's what I wanted to show Rosie. So
So check it out.
here on Harlem and Diversi, Ristorante Agostino. That's supposed to be a good Italian place.
Yeah, the Italian places, there's so many here. Lynn's, let's try to keep it positive here today. How you doing, Harvey? I thought you were busy. Yeah, so I can't acknowledge it's, I can keep my wits about me. I think Chicago drivers are very good. They're very safe compared to Detroit. But you still got to keep your wits about you.
This is an Italian, all Italian food. There's
Dumande.
Dumande Cafe.
Not much window area if you notice on these apartments and stuff, they keep the windows small and to a minimum. It minimizes heating in wintertime and cooling. There's a Planet Fitness.
Yep, this is Elmwood Park. This is a very nice area. It's all a lot of Italians and more of a Caucasian area. It's very safe here. This is a very good place to boondock. It's a great place. There's also the metro train up there ahead of us that goes to the suburbs.
Yeah, you have, I call this the city of overpasses and underpasses. It's amazing how many overpasses are, railroad, light rail, freight. It's all moving through, all just been built up mishmash on top of each other, multiple levels of stuff here.
So does Chicago remind you of Baltimore?
In some parts of it, it does.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Baltimore has that distinction of what's unusual in the United States is just mile after mile of row houses just built right. There is no. If you walk around the alley, you have to walk about a quarter of a mile to get all the way around and get back.
Where do they put the garbage out? In the alleys or
back alleys?
In the back alleys?
The garbage trucks run.
Those guys have a heck of a job,
They have
huh?
a hell of a job in those dodging rats, and.
Are the alleys wide or tight back there?
They're tight.
They're tight.
It's a very old. It's a much older city than Chicago. So.
Right.
And it's got a very decayed infrastructure too. Not on the order of Detroit.
This is a Kolotek's Bakery. I think that's also known for different things. Some sort of a Polish bakery. Yep. So this is Caputo's. Yeah, keep on going straight. We're just going to stay on Harlem, and we'll take this all the way to Madison, and that's where we can see all the cool houses.
Well, we're not talking about that now, Lindsay. We're talking about driving through the hoods of Chicago. So some of the most prominent landmarks here are restaurants. I mean, we could point out the Starbucks or the gas stations or the Chase Banks, but I don't think it would be as interesting to the chat here. I mean, this is really a foodie city. This is an enormous foodie city. Baltimore is not a foodie city. I mean, it has its Little Italy and it has its things here and there, but just this city is just block after block, mile after mile of just food places wedged in everywhere.
We take our food seriously in Chicago.
That's what I think is so noteworthy about Chicago is the way that they just stuff food places in.
Don't you think everything we have here is exceptional?
I think you pick and choose because you do your research. I'm sure on the whole, most of it's probably average. It's just great quantities of it here and there. It's everywhere. But like it's anything, you can pick or choose and find the best. But I would think on average, the people here demand a better quality food experience. But how do you ever compete? Hot dogs are so huge here, and hot dogs and Polish are so huge here in Chicago. How do you ever get entree into that? You go to a place like Jim's, where we went down there, and I've not posted that up yet. It's on Marshall's channel, but you step up to a aluminum shelf on the side of the building and you eat there, and you have one of the most amazing and tasty eating experiences that you could have anywhere in the United States. So, it's a Chinese flag with the American flag there. We were thinking about going down to Chinatown, but it's probably a little too hot down there to go knock around down there. So where are we going now? What area?
Well, we're going to keep on going south on Harlem. And when we get to around Madison, we'll be able to see all the cool houses there. And you should take we'll drive around those streets and look at the houses, and then we'll.
Now we're probably getting due west of core downtown.
Yeah, we're west of downtown. We're heading south now.
We just happen to be out on the west side here of Chicago.
Yep.
There is no east side, or you're on the lake, so you're in the lake.
Exactly. Yep.
So welcome aboard, everybody, to another stream. Johnny Wad, what's going on? see. According to Mr. X, the bad neighborhoods are getting fewer and fewer. They're being gentrified.
Yeah, they're cleaning them up. Here is it's still good. It's a good area here, but this is Harlem and Armitage. Anything around Harlem is a good area. Harlem and Armitage, heading southbound. This kind of turns into a little bit more of a Latin area, a little bit.
What, like Puerto Rican or?
Yeah, like Mexican, Puerto Rican, yeah, a little bit. Keep on going south on Harlem.
Bloomingdale Avenue. If you're following on the home game, we just passed over Bloomingdale Avenue. But there is a sameness, as you guys have noticed, to Chicago. It's tons of little strip malls, off-street parking, little strip malls here. There's a big sameness to it.
Well, you're fine. This is North Avenue. It's a major street that goes all the way to the lake also. It goes into Humboldt Park and it goes all the way out west.
East-west route.
Yes, North Avenue is very well known.
Probably at one time, like North Avenue in Baltimore, defined the north boundary of the city.
Yep, North Avenue.
Or so you want to keep your head low on North Avenue in Baltimore. It's right by the old penitentiary and Leon's Pig Pens, where we used to get ribs, but you had to have somebody keep the engine running outside when you ran in. I like the way these buses just come right up on you.
Well, they want to merge and stuff. And
well, he's just going to have to take his Chicago turn, man. That's the way it goes. Baltimore coming through, baby. That's the first Circle K I've seen in Chicago. This is a big road here.
Yeah, try to get to the left lane if you can.
Yeah, give me a
possible.
chance. I got a lot of traffic.
Yeah, otherwise, you're going to be boxed in with this bus.
Yeah, well, I've got a ton of traffic on my left here, so I am officially boxed in.
Stay in the left lane if you can. Don't get back in the right lane. Yep. Okay, we're getting to closer to Oak Park here.
See the road widened out a lot. Like a lot of apartment houses or condos here.
Yep, and the houses are going to turn nicer and nicer here. And go check out some of the houses in Oak Park. This is still the newer construction here, so I'm stressing that Rosie stays to the left because we'll have to get into the neighborhood to the left.
A very nice area, but all apartments.
That's an interesting structure right there. I'm not sure what it is.
It looks like a Dominican university over there.
Something like that, yeah. Harlem and Division.
How you doing, Cornholio? Hi, Vanessa. How you doing, my girl? Nice to see you. My London girl. Always an honor to see you in the chat. So as we go through, you guys can make your own judgment on the west side of Chicago here, what you think about it. It's just that you can tell it's built definitely for four season living here. Extreme cold in the winter and heat in the summertime, and humidity.
The fall time is really nice over here.
Yeah, I'm busy. I like to bring the content. There's a day I'm not going to be able to travel, and I want to go back and roll these videos and enjoy these drives and things and all the history. All the chooches. Look at how nice and wide this boulevard is here.
Yep, and keep on going. I think we're getting closer and closer to the Oak Park area. And There's going to be a lot of nice
Yeah,
houses.
some very old apartment buildings left. Look like 1920s construction.
Concordia University, we're near that. We're on Augusta and Harlem. And I think Rosie will be really impressed with these homes over here.
Yeah, I'm happy to see Old. It's probably a better decision than Marshall made to stay clear of Forest Glen. It's probably a lot of new construction. It's expensive, but it's not of any.
These are some of the these are some of them here, but we'll
don't overshoot it.
Yeah, I'm not going to overshoot it. It's fine. I know where I'm going. When we get to Madison, believe me, when you make a left, you'll be able to see everything.
Look, it's how nice starting to get the high rises down here. This is quite a road.
Yep. It is. When we get to Madison, we'll hang a left and
nice wide roads in Chicago for the most part.
There's a truck camper right there.
Yeah, there it is.
Nikki's Gyros.
Hey Norm, woo! The Canadian Clipper, baby.
We should be coming up on Madison pretty soon.
What's this on the right?
This is General Headquarters Forest Preserves of Cook County.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that
Yep,
Chicago seems to have, with little green areas that are places you can go to seek relief and get a little bit of nature.
Yep.
There's no doubt this is a big city. A lot of people here.
Yes, indeed. Going to continue south on Harlem here. This is Harlem and Lake.
I'll also direct your attention to how neat and clean the streets are maintained here. You don't see a lot of empty buildings either, in little strip malls or out here on the main streets.
Yep, this is a very nice area. We're coming up here on Central Avenue. That is the metro train that goes to the suburbs. That also goes into the city, but it also goes into the suburbs.
All day long in Chicago, you just see trains and rail cars just everywhere, crisscrossing everywhere around you in Chicago, because it's a lot of people to move.
Does Baltimore have a train, elevated train? I don't think
they
so.
don't.
They just have a subway, right?
They have a subway system.
How many cities in the country still have the elevated?
I think only New York and Chicago, to my knowledge.
Not LA, right?
No, LA doesn't have an elevated.
It's on the ground.
Mm-hmm. LA, in terms of the United States, is a very young city. San Francisco is an old city, 1846 by Western standards, not by Eastern standards, by any stretch. But it's a very old. It's a very beautiful. It's probably that New York, the top two tourist cities for beauty.
Yep.
Of course, capped off by the Golden Gate Bridge. Welcome everybody, moving down Harlem Avenue from north to south on the west side of Chicago.
Yes, indeed. It's a very busy street now. I think it's about 4:37 p.m. Yep. So we're kind of in the heart of traffic. But once you get on Madison, it'll kind of die off. Harlem is a very popular street to take in Chicago. Once we get to Madison, we'll show you guys the houses around there.
I can't believe this doofus is turning left down here.
Wow. Well, I guess he lives in these condo buildings. How does Chicago's traffic compare with Oakland?
Oh, probably exactly the same. Oakland's a mess because you have San Francisco, Oakland, and San Jose all together there. So you have millions and millions of people between them. cities to be moved around on the BART system, Bay Area Rapid Transportation, the bus system.
Let's see here. Yeah, Harlem is.
I think that's a rare church built of wood. It's probably one of the first. I'm not sure if it's wood or stucco. I guess it's stucco.
Looks like a stucco to
It's a
me.
real rarity, or else it's painted brick, which is very rare. I hardly see any stucco out here at all. So this is all still good in here, right? The whole way down.
Oh yeah, this is
Now,
all.
this said Forest Park Baptist Church here, so
Yep.
we must be moving into Forest Park.
Yep.
Randolph Street.
There's an Astro van for sale.
Be a good one for D. $1,700.
$1,700.
There
Those
it is,
are
right over there, D.
right over there,
it
D.
is. Nice Astro van.
right off of Randolph and Harlem.
There it is. $1,700.
Yeah.
Pull out some seats and make
Yeah.
yourself a nice urban van for Choochin.
Yep. So we're going south on Harlem here. Stucco is big in Midwestern Canada. Cool. A lot of people love to take Harlem. Let's see where we're at here. I think we're getting closer.
One thing I've noticed is a distinct lack of RVs in Chicago. In the West, you'd see many more RVs, travel trailers, fifth wheels, camper vans, Class A's, Class B's. I get the idea this is not a big tourist town, Chicago. It's a working town. It has some interesting aspects to it.
Downtown area is very touristy. Michigan Avenue, all the museums.
Yeah, I think the Chicago Museum of History is the foremost in America, and natural history is the foremost in America, I believe. Of course, you have the University of Chicago here, which is one of the top Nobel Prize winning universities in the world, too.
Let's see here. It is 4:41 p.m. right now. And this is your typical Chicago rush hour traffic. And we're here with Rosie. The price of living is not as high in Chicago than Cali. I think Cali is more expensive, much more expensive. Most of it depends on which area you're in. Rosie,
around the Bay Area, you can't even find an outhouse for less than $500K.
Rosie, what's your opinion on San Jose? You never really talk about San Jose.
B-O-R-I-N-G, boring.
Really?
Boring.
What's Anaheim like?
Anaheim is Disneyland down there in Knott's Berry Farm, and it's just all amusement parks.
Yeah. I think what we'll do, Rosie, is go ahead and make a left over here. If you can. Can you get to the left? There's just way... If you can.
Now I'm going to be blocked by it.
Oh, okay. There's just way too much traffic here in Harlem. It's going to take us forever. It's backed up. We have to get off of Harlem here. And use another... There's just way too much traffic. Harlem is really... You're going to be stuck here for hours, so... There's no purpose of staying on Harlem.
Well, at least when we go east, we're going counter to the traffic when the time comes. Most people are coming out west, north, and south. But you see, not a lot of people are going east.
No,
into Chicago.
they're not. Yep. Make a left here.
So that'll be the advantage we have. Man, look at some of these. Look at some of these places here.
Buildings, yep.
It's all 1920s land in here.
Yeah, this is where it kind of begins, this area here. And
Called Oak Park.
yep, this is Oak Park, but this is more of the apartments area. They have the houses are incredible. You see how old these buildings are? They're very old.
Yeah, you can tell this is a very fancy pants neighborhood.
Exactly.
Very with the original industrial big time hitters of Chicago, right?
Exactly. Yeah, this is
Now the newbies are way out in Forest Glen.
Yep.
So should we go down home or keep moving this way?
Keep moving this way a little bit here. Keep moving this way. Because there's just way too much traffic on Harlem, and this is more apartments, but you'll get into the houses. You'll get into the houses. Let's see here. Yeah, there's some down there. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to overshoot things.
Yeah, you won't. It's still apartments over here. The houses are more down. Let's see here. Because it turns from homes to apartments. This is more the apartment side, so the houses are more down that way. There's a distinct separation.
A lot of nice trees in here. It must be very cool here. A little cooler than most of the city. It looks very well maintained.
Look how well maintained this building is.
Yep, beautiful.
And this is a really nice area here. One of my favorite areas of Chicago. Oak Park. We're in the Oak Plaza. These old buildings have these little porches in front of them. That's pretty cool, like a little porch up there.
Flower power, I never said love it or leave it. I said I'm trying to run a positive stream here. I never told anybody love it or leave it. I said I'm trying to maintain a positive tone on the chat, and I appreciate it if people can on the side chat. This is not about Marshall, it's not about me, it's about the streets of Chicago and some of this storied.
You see the permit parking here, Rosie?
Yeah,
it says 8
it
a.m. no parking, 8 a.m. to 10
All
a.m.
permits.
Wednesday. Y4 permit between 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. So that means they don't want anybody parking here overnight.
Yeah, we did pass by Buckingham Palace, Buckingham Fountain the first time that Mr. X took us out that night. It's a very, very beautiful fountain.
You're in the heart of Oak Park now. This is Oak Park Avenue, but you see there's a lot of traffic on these streets here, but keep on going down and it will turn into the area where the homes are at. These are still apartment buildings here. And yep, I guess this is where it kind of begins. These are some of the homes. And there's an area where they're really, really, really fancy and stuff. Let's see here. There's another one right there.
It's all it's all very lush here, so
Yep.
it's not so easy to see the homes.
Yep. It transitions from, like I said, these apartment homes to houses.
Oh, I didn't say it, Flower Power. You find a timestamp for me. Don't put words in my mouth that I never said. I'm not here to argue with you either. You're not going to dominate my chat today.
This is a very old building.
If I would
Fenwick
ever
High
tell
School.
anybody, love it or leave it. Whoever loves the chat stream, you just enjoy it. This is getting into this is some over.
These are some big homes there. It kind of starts little by little. You can see, but there is definitely an area that yeah, stay in this like that. You're right. You don't want to go left, you want to go straight. So cool.
Yeah, we've seen some of the nice homes around Lake Michigan. I just think we're probably passing out of the area, the Oak Park area now.
Let's see what this. We're here now on. Let's see. What is this street here? We gotta make a. Let's see, what is this street here? Now keep on going straight. You're fine.
Lombard Street.
Yeah, Lombard Street. Like I said, it transitions from apartments to homes.
Yes, there's just tremendous numbers of fancy apartments and condos. Yeah. It looks like out here.
Lombard here. Let me see what this street is here. This is the dividing line here. You see this?
Well, I mean, we haven't seen the big.
I know. I'm trying to tell you here. Okay. This is the dividing line.
Left-hand side is.
If you let me explain. This is what. Notice the difference right there on the dividing line.
Yeah, there was a difference.
Okay. And now we're going to go back towards west a little bit, and I'm going to ask Rosa to stay in the right lane.
So where are we going now?
Just go west and stay in the right lane.
Where are we going now?
We're going because we overshot a little bit those houses and stuff. You got to stay in the right lane. You have to stay in the right lane.
Well, we came out this way.
No, we came from that way. So this is Oak Park here, and we're heading west. This is Lombard Avenue, and here it turns into Oak Park. And these homes are around here where it gets really nice. They could be more towards North Avenue, but
it's like Baltimore. You have the area of Guilford, which is Baltimore's most exclusive neighborhood, right up against the Scovins, which is one of the worst areas. So right on one street, man.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, this is still the. Let's get better here. Let me see what street this is here. Madison here. I know most of these homes are around here around North Avenue. We kind of overshot it by a little bit, but I was in that vicinity.
Road work here.
Madison here on Oak Park Avenue. And Rosie, just go ahead and make Oak Park Avenue. Huh? We'll get off Madison because there's just way too much traffic here.
I'm not sure if I can get down there. Is it
You
locked
got a lot
off?
of room on this side. Yeah, I think you can make it.
Oh, man, is there cones over here?
No, you can make it. Just make it right. There's your way. Just too much traffic here. Maybe these houses are more towards North Avenue.
I don't want to play hot and pack with
Okay.
it, you know. It's a very old apartment house there. It's a retirement community now.
Let me look up something real quick.
Al Capone's house is in Kenosha, huh, Darren? How you doing, Smooth, Mr. X on the chat? Nice to see
Ask
you,
them
Smooth.
where the
Yeah,
expensive
you know
homes
where
are.
the fancy homes are
intersection?
in
Oak
Oak Park,
Park.
Mr. X? We'll pull over a minute and take a break. We'll let Mr. X do a little R&D.
I think we're going towards right here. The full house is in Oak Park.
These look like they're starting to get to still. Obviously, it's a very nice neighborhood. I mean, it's a fancy pants area to live in for sure.
Okay, I'll take you to the most expensive.
Hello,
one.
fake Joe King.
At $2,525,000.
We'll let them let Mr. X kind of fix. I'll let him see if he has an idea. Oh, his home's near 74th. So, Smooth operator, if you have any idea which, I'm going to take a break here for a minute. If you have any idea which street in this area, what is it called? Park Lawn? Or?
Well, I'm looking at some right here. There's one at 509 North Park Avenue. There's one on East Avenue. There's one on Linden. But we'll go to the most expensive one here.
That's all right, fake Joe King. I'm glad that you do. Keep an eye on this marshal. Maybe he'll tell you which area.
Well, I know
Hey,
we're...
Cindy. I want him to tell me because I don't want to just keep burning fuel, wandering around aimlessly.
hold on a second. 638 North Kenilworth Avenue, Oak Park.
Here's a map of 38 North Kenilworth Avenue, Oak Park, Illinois.
Yep. 638 North Kenilworth Avenue, Oak Park.
Here's a map of 638 North Kenilworth Avenue.
Okay, I'm going to plug in the most expensive house here.
Okay. Well,
I just
that's
plugged
one
it in.
way to do it.
Well, because if that's where it's
actually
at.
a good idea to plug in the most expensive home.
Yep, and then you
That's
can
a good idea.
and then you can go over there. Yep, just keep on going north, Rosie. We're going the right way.
All right, I'm taking a break for a couple of
Head north on South Oak Park Avenue for
I
Pleasant
like
Street.
my nerves
Well,
to get
I have to
jangled
go
going
off my
around.
stream though. We're only 1 mile from there, so
Okay.
you just take this up. And make a right on I-1, a left on, well, I'm going to get back on my thing here. I'm going to get back on my stream here. Put it on the GPS for Rosie.
You all figured out?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the GPS. So
Okay. Take your time.
this is,
There are one shots come through.
man, this thing is not gonna.
I gotta get myself a Garmin. I gotta get myself a Garmin.
Hold on, let me plug it in the Garmin before.
Take your time here. Plug it in here. Make sure you're lit up. We got a Garmin. Yeah, this was given to me by my dad. We need a Garmin.
Okay, why is this so awkward? Hold on a second, let me make sure why this is not. Where is this at? Let me put this, make sure, because there's so many different ones.
Problem with not having a Garmin, you cannot live stream and use your Google Maps at the same time.
Okay. Okay, here it is now, locked in.
It is very summery. It's got a lot of very big trees here and stuff. All right, so we'll continue on.
Please drive to highlighted route.
Yep, now all I gotta do is follow that,
right.
that GPS.
Here
So.
we go, guys. I
Here we
think it'll
go.
be a little better. We got us over to the right area. Now we just got to get it nailed down to the street. So
Yep,
it's worth it to stop and get that plugged in.
yep. Let's go over here. We're in the right direction here. We're right in the vicinity and stuff. Because there's the area of houses is separated from.
In 1/2 mile, turn left on Ontario Street.
Oh, I gotta put my seatbelt on. Alright, thanks. I got it, thanks.
Yep.
Alright.
Was that a green line? Stop. Yeah. Oak Park.
green line, Oak
On
Park,
the
yeah.
green line there.
11.7. Wow, that's a low overpass there.
In 1/4 mile, turn left on Ontario Street, then
Mm.
take the first right.
We're in downtown Oak Park. This is all the, look at all these restaurants here. There's
It's
all kind of
fancy.
restaurants. It's really nice here.
North Boulevard.
There are a lot of places to eat over here too. A lot of restaurants. This is a very nice
Yeah,
area.
you're exactly right, Tasha. I'm gonna get one of my first orders of business when I get back is to get a really good. I'm impressed with his Garmin.
What does Oak Park here remind you of? What town in California?
It reminds me of St. Helena in northern Napa Valley there, just at the head of Napa Valley. This looks like St. Helena, which is a very, very expensive and fancy pants area.
Right. This is old money here.
And you can see that on one of my Chooches, the Napa Valley boondock. I had to come home. It was so damn hot. It was 97 degrees. I had to abandon my overnight.
This is according to Mr. X. This is old money Chicago here.
Yeah, this
area
is
here. This is it. Fish, steaks, pasta salads.
Look at this
Windies.
beautiful park on the left over here.
Oh yeah.
You guys see that over there?
That's Scoville Park. Yep.
Very fancy over there, that park.
Look at this place, Mulata Kitchen and Cafe. West Suburban Hospital. This is a real nice area. And this is only not far away from where, how bad it was over there by Austin. Remember where we were at by Austin?
What you're getting from my Colonel Parker? Yeah, over by Austin.
Did you see the difference between Austin and here?
Yep. Like
Not indeed.
it's like they had a steel curtain between the two.
That's what amazes me.
This is under the dome, This is like preserved.
It's like going from one reality to another. It's just look at this place and look at Austin, where we're at. I mean, it's unbelievable. I was shocked to see this, but we're going to the most expensive house in Oak Park here. She's gonna make a left on Ontario Street here.
Turn left on Ontario Street, then take the first
It
right.
should be here, right here, Rosie. So I think this is Ontario. Yes, it is. Make a left right here. And this is a big church over here, Baptist church. Yeah, shooting into the sun, but this is a big Baptist church here. We're going to
Turn right at the stop sign.
This is, I think, a $2.5 almost $1 million house here. And but maybe this is the area kind of where the houses start.
In 1/2 mile, turn left on Iowa Street.
Big trees, well-treed street, very nice in summertime. It's really nice around here.
This really is.
This reminds me of Roland Park in Baltimore. Big old Dutch colonial homes.
Here the homes kind of begin here. You can see how big they are.
Yeah, not a lot of land though. They're pretty tight to each other here.
Yep. See, these are all these old homes. This is not Iowa. You just keep on going straight.
Chicago Street.
Yep.
Some big old houses over here.
Yeah, these are some big, really big homes. This is where they start out around here.
Turn left at the stop sign, then take the first right.
See? And this is Iowa Street. We're going to the most expensive home. Oh, this looks like a monster home here.
Turn right at the stop sign.
Right, I think this is it right here. I don't want to overshoot it. I think it's this home right here. This thing is huge. I don't know if it's that it. Maybe I think that's it. Could be it. Oh no, we're 400 feet away from it.
Which side you on?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. We're 300 feet away, so.
Arriving at 638 North
I
Kenilworth
think this
Avenue
is
on the
it right here.
right.
This is the most expensive home.
Now that looks like new construction.
Yeah, it does, yeah. I know there's a lot of other old construction. This is new construction, though, yeah. But this is the most expensive one.
Well, we'll continue making our way down this street here.
There's different homes, like some of them are old, some of them are new, but
Well, I think according to the Google, that's the most expensive home in
Yeah.
Oak Park here. So, not in Chicago, but I think
yeah.
Forest Glen has.
Well, some of these are old. I guess they're different years. I don't know what years they're made, but I don't know how you judge. I just know that they're older homes. Like, are some of them older? Do they look older?
Yeah, it's looks like maybe 1910 to 1930s, 1950s in here too.
Like this one. Look at this one. Like these with the little things on the top.
Yeah, the old stone ones.
Yeah, those are the ones that I find that are pretty cool.
This divides into a boulevard, which makes me think it gets even fancier on the other side.
On the other side, maybe.
Anytime you bust out into a divided boulevard, you're going to have more space between the homes, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you, boys, for the right of way.
This is the kind that I like right here, Rosie. You see the one that wrap around?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
wrap around bungalow?
Yeah, that has,
That's
yeah.
beautiful right there with that
Yeah.
kind of brick.
Yeah, that's probably 1890s.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a
Something like
beautiful
that.
home right there. That's my favorite kind right there.
That is a beautiful home.
That style of bungalow, you see that, Rosie?
Yeah, I figured when we divided the homes, we'd get a little more space between them. As you go out more towards the suburbs, I think.
Look at this one.
I think the trees make the air better around here too. See, you couldn't leave that. This person have packages all over in Santa Rosa. They'd be long gone on the porch steps over there. What is this, a quiet street?
Oh, yeah.
I see very little of what would be original, but you can kind of spot them.
Well, it's like, what about this one here? Look at
Yeah,
this
it's
one.
like 1930s. That looks like.
30s. I thought some of them had the columns. I saw some of that had the columns, but they're mixed. I think the closer you get to North Avenue, the
Well,
like
when you
the
start
nicer
to
they
get green awnings on the side, then you get the really old, jobs.
What about that one with the columns to the left?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
one.
But my guess is there was people sold off land, and there was a lot of infill here. I'm sure when designed there was much more space between homes over here. This looks like an old one on the end.
This is on the end. Looks like an old one. Yep.
Yeah, which wouldn't be unusual to be on the corner.
On the corner. Yep. That one, yeah.
Beautiful, very, very quiet.
Look at that one there. That's a huge
Not
monster
a lot
there
of
on that side.
traffic. Okay, let's make it a two-lane
What?
road. Okay, sure.
And look at this one here. What about the white
Yeah,
one?
It looks like a relatively
New one. Okay.
construction
Yeah.
to me.
They're mixed. If you keep
Yeah,
on
they're
going
very
down.
mixed. This looks like a older here. I swear it looks like there was just infill done here.
What about this white one here? Is that an older one?
It's hard to say on this.
Hard to say on this. Oh, the one with the round one. These are the ones that I like. Those are old for sure, right? With the rounded tops. No.
I would think Oak Park would demand that homes be built to a certain style in keeping with the neighborhood.
This
I don't
is
think
this,
you can run and gun and put any
Is this
style
old
out.
or
This
newer?
is an old one up here.
Oh,
This is an old one, this Tuscany style over
oh,
here.
the
That
Tuscany
is an
style.
old
Yeah,
one.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
That's a beauty. Man, that's beautiful. That is really a beautiful home. Yeah, it's really got some nice homes. See, this one could fool you. This could be relatively new.
What about this one here?
The
Like this
one
castle
next to it,
style?
yeah, that looks new. The one to the left of it looks older.
Oh,
You can kind of tell by the window treatments.
I see. There's all different kinds of homes here. There's a really cool look at it. I mean,
Yeah, any place that branches out into a two-lane boulevard is.
This is older here, you said?
Yeah,
This is older.
Yeah. This looks newer on the corner.
On the corner?
I'm saying newer, like 80s or 90s, 2000, something like that. Gotta be careful. These streets don't have a stop
I guess
sign.
they're mixed and stuff. So.
Yeah, I think it was probably big individual homes, and then there was a lot of selling of land for infill.
Rosie's really good at telling architecture, old and new. I'm not as good as her at all. But
Well,
that's
you can
North
tell
Avenue.
Glass block wasn't.
No, that's.
Now that's what's unusual about this home on the right here with the glass block is that this looks like a late feature that was added on to an older home. It looks like it may be a 1960s home, and then they glass blocked the. That's really a cool treatment. That's probably a staircase that goes up to the second floor, and the glass block on the side lets a lot of light in. What a nice feature.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of glass block in Chicago for safety features.
That's North Avenue right there ahead
Aren't
of
they
you.
beautiful? Yeah, North Avenue.
That's
There's
North
a-
Avenue, yep.
There's no outlet there because it's by design. They don't want people to come in here.
I'll go ahead and turn this off. We don't
Well,
need
we
this.
got to go to the hood area.
Yeah, we'll still go. I know how to get there. I
Yeah,
just
we'll
wanted
be
to.
shooting into the sun on this side. So.
Okay, that's fine. There's these are newer. Rosie's really good at telling these houses. So
Yeah, it's hard to tell on this yellow brick one. It's really hard. I don't know that one. But it's a big ass home.
now
If
this one
I
with the
see-
triangles is for sure old.
Yeah, this looks like a Tudor style over here.
Is this old with the triangles?
Yeah, I think based on the size of the garage, I say that's old. These were only designed to put one car, maybe two deep in there, so that's probably old, but it's been modernized in there.
Yeah. What about this one here? This.
Yeah, same deal, probably older. I mean, nobody's going to do new construction, I don't think, in that style.
This is a newer style ranch here, I'm sure. Yeah, there's all different kind of homes to look at, but
Well, it was worth popping in here.
like this style. Is this old? This is what this cannot be
This
new.
looks like it's old and it's been kind of retro.
Retro. This
fitted
is
here.
the castle style. Yeah.
Yeah, you like that style?
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's different, you know. How old do you think this is? This home?
1920s.
20s. How much do you think that home is, Rosie?
800,000.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. I wonder if I could get away with boondocking here. I doubt it. Probably call the cops on me.
Yeah, it's probably 800,000 home over there.
Smooth operator, where are the nice homes at in Oak Park? We're here in Oak Park right now. We're looking at all of them here. He knows. He kind of showed me
Well,
this.
let's go pull one and see what it costs. There's a flyer right there.
This is.
Go grab it.
Okay. We're shopping around for homes. We're in Oak Park, Mr. X. I'm showing her Oak Park. Ernest Hemingway House. Oh, okay. Ernest Hemingway House. Excellent safari. Let me get that. I'll be back in a second.
it's not for sale. That's kitchen and
Okay.
bath remodeling advertising.
Ernest Hemingway House, Oak Park, Illinois. Somebody told me about that. You ever heard of
Okay.
that? Hold on, let me do it one more time. Ernest Hemingway House, Oak Park, Illinois.
Ernest Hemingway Birthplace Museum. Here you are.
Okay, I'll put that in because I think this is something to see. They say, one of my fans. I think it's 339 Oak Park Avenue.
Hey Gil, how you doing? It's 90 degrees right now.
With humidity, right?
Yeah, it's very humid, but I'm not uncomfortable today.
This is supposed to be, I think, something to see here.
What's up, Janet?
Let's see.
It's my summer vacation. My Great Lakes Tour 2019.
Trying to get that. 339 Oak Park Avenue, Ernest Hemingway House. We're only 1 mile from there. That's the other. I think that's something to see. Well,
In 1/4 mile, turn left on Division Street.
I guess we can go check these out more. And what about? I don't know. Rosie knows more about houses, so she says most of them are newer. So
Well, you can tell there was a lot of infill done. They were probably on big individual plots, and then the values got so high, some people just sold off their lots to. I can't believe original wealthy people would. There's one over here.
this is
Quite
beautiful.
nice,
The
yeah.
bungalow style. That is
That's
beautiful. Can we go around that on the other side? That's
Which one?
the bungalow style. I love those. Like, that's my favorite kind of Chicago home with the wraparound in
Yeah.
the front. Those are beautiful. This is bungalow style here. Oh, that's pretty nice. Yeah. Look at this yellow brick here. This is really nice.
That's Chicago brick.
I
right there.
love that. Yeah, look how nice that brick is. That is
Here's
beautiful.
an old boy. Over here, this one. Look at how fancy. They wouldn't even do that.
Oh,
stone-
this is definitely. Look at,
stonework these days on that. Look at that entranceway.
oh, the light one?
No, this
Oh,
one right
oh.
over here.
Oh, the dark one, yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Where is the entrance on that thing?
Right there, you walk up through the.
Are you talking about this one?
Yep.
Oh. Oh, wow, yeah. What
Okay,
about the?
take care,
what about
Tasha.
this one
Thanks
here?
for stopping by, honey.
Is that one old there? The bungalow style?
Yeah, that's probably original.
Oh. Look at the brickwork, huh, Rosie?
Mhm. Yeah, I've noticed different grades of brick in Chicago. You can get the really fine finished, and then you get the rough hewn crap. in
This
some
is my
neighborhoods.
favorite, the yellow brick. I love this.
Over here.
This is beautiful. Yeah. We'll go to Ernest Hemingway House next.
All right.
Is it pretty impressive, Rosie?
Yeah, it's a nice neighborhood. It's a very lovely for being in the city of. We are in the city limits, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know.
Actually, this is Oak Park. This is not the city of Chicago. This is actually a suburb, but it's really close to Chicago. So we'll make a left on Division, go to the Ernest Hemingway House next. I think it's pretty, I don't know. It takes a lot to impress Rosie, but
Turn left at the stop sign, then take the 3rd right.
If you go back to my stream in Baltimore and you look at the homes in Guilford, let's see, let's see.
we'll make a left on Division and stay on Division, and we'll take that to Oak Park Avenue, which I guess that's the heart of it, Oak Park Avenue, huh?
I think
That's
so.
the
That
heart of
was
the city.
probably where all the big houses were originally.
There's all kind of houses there. I mean, look.
Probably where all the big homes were. They're all here. This whole area is very fancy pants.
I guess Ernest.
Turn right at the traffic light.
I think there's a lot of other. Ernest
I can't
Hemingway
really go
houses.
slow here
Yeah.
because of the traffic.
In 1/2 mile, arrive at 339 North Oak Park Avenue on the right.
This will be to your right.
339. We're at the 800 block.
Yeah.
So this is Ernest Hemingway's birthplace here.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's some big homes there too, some huge ones. I think to me it's impressive.
You don't get a lot of land for your money here, but that's an old neighborhood.
I mean, of course, these are nothing like the mansions in Palm Beach where Trump lives, but it's pretty cool for the
I think
Chicago.
for the era that they're fine. They're amazing.
Look at this monster
Yeah,
here.
that's a craftsman stone.
Wow. That is a huge home.
Yeah.
In 1/4 mile, arrive at 339 North Oak Park Avenue on the right.
Yeah, my truck driver fan, the Polish guy, told me to go over there, so. If you guys can hear me press 69, I got 36 watching. Rosie's got, can't tell me she's got. Signature
Let's see,
missing.
it's 5:30, so we're right in the heart of rush hour.
Yep.
When we eventually go back into the city, we'll be going counter to the flow of traffic coming out,
Yep.
so that'll be the good news. Yeah, very impressive neighborhood.
That one's an old one there, huh? Look at that one.
Yeah, that's a very old one there. Beautiful home. Needs some paint.
Yep. What about
Big
that
one in here, Marshall.
Oh, yeah. What about that one with the columns here? Look.
Yeah, but that's looks like probably a bed and breakfast or something.
I think that for Chicago, it's pretty cool to have a neighborhood like. Oh, there it is. It says.
Probably this whole block will get out and do a
There's a
little walk
Frank
shoot.
L. Wright home
You
studio,
got
whatever
your
that
Choochin
is.
shoes on?
Yeah, I've got them. Yeah.
So,
Scoville Park. Rosie likes that. There's a Hemingway Museum and the F.L. Wright home. I don't know if you want to see that.
I think
To your right.
Hemingway, where he lived at the end down in, he lived in Florida in Key West. at the
Who's
end.
F.L. Wright? Frank L. Wright.
Frank Lloyd Wright, the very famous architect.
You want to see his home? Or?
Well, let's go down
let's
here
go
first.
Hemingway,
and
okay.
then we might as well hit this on the way in.
Yeah,
so.
because okay.
All right. Hope there's another sign because we're freestyling here.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see.
When possible, make a U-turn, then take the first right. Turn right on Grove Avenue North, then take the first right.
Wonder if there's another sign.
When possible, make a U-turn, then take the second right.
Kenilworth.
I would think that there'd be another little sign down.
When possible, make a U-turn.
Well, there's something here. I don't know what this red thing is. No. I think there's another sign that would direct you. Oh, I think that's it.
When
I think that's
possible,
it. Yep.
make a
That's gotta
U-turn.
That's got to be
That's
it.
gotta be
Maybe
it
we can
right
go out
there.
there. That's it. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
That's
let's
it.
do a little Choochin.
Yeah, Mr. X told me about this.
No
Yep.
bus parking this street.
I think we can go out there and do a
Yeah,
quick
let's
shoot.
take a quick chooch here, guys. Put you on the stick a bit. Let's
You
look
wanna leave
at
the car running?
Frank Lloyd Wright's
Yep.
home and studio here. Let's go take a look over here. This whole area is really beautiful right here. Look at some of these other homes on here. We're kind of shooting into the sun, but I like to walk around the back too. What a beautiful looking place over here. retirement package. My cigars. Look at this for beautiful. He lived here with his, this is actually Frank Lloyd Wright, not Hemingway's house. Yeah, I can't do an hour and 20 to see that. I'm sorry. Look at that finish on the front of that. Wow. You guys are seeing some real architectural history here by the master of American craftsman style. Isn't that beautiful? Man, that thing is built solid. Isn't that beautiful? That thing is really built solid. Yeah, I bet the inside is unbelievable. I hear you, Flower Power. I agree. That's a private residence there. This is the back area. I think they call this prairie style architecture here. What a massive tree. Worth the chooch down here for sure. Oh, that's nice, Carrie. I'm glad your son's enjoying it too. This is why we chooch. There's the business office here. Wow, you have an apartment in Crete, the Isle of Crete. Hello, Mobile. Welcome to the Frank Lloyd Wright house here in Chicago. Make sure I don't get the royal boot. Let me get a picture of this. Yeah, I'll walk around the corner for you guys. That's pretty cool, flower power. This is actually carved wood here. Yeah, I think he developed the prairie style. See how different his construction is from other houses on the street. It's like a whole new style. This door is massive. You talk about solidly built. Check both sides of the street, okay? Then I'm gonna have to tinkle in the public park across the street. Beautiful. Hello.
Hi.
Yep, Oak Park. Yeah, I don't want to put anybody on it. Don't want to. It's one down the corner. This orangish brick. Man, this has got to be a Lloyd Wright design right over here. Big, beautiful homes. Sorry to hear that, flower power. I can't tell you how massive this home is. How you doing, sweet pineapple? We're Choochin in Oak Park, very close old money neighborhood of Chicago. We're looking at some of the Frank Lloyd Wright designed homes here. This has got to be a Lloyd Wright design right here. Hello. Frank Lloyd Wright design home?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Mucho dinero, huh?
Mucho dinero.
Mucho dinero, huh?
Mucho.
No kidding. No, it doesn't make them better, but boy, it sure, you don't see many studio apartments like this, huh? It's good, yeah. we can sure appreciate the beauty of it. Man, look at the size of this thing. It's worth getting a picture of that. Man, worth the drive over here, huh? (1895) Frank Lloyd Wright's first independent commission as an independent architect. It's just really, it's an incredible home. This one takes the cake to me. Yeah, you couldn't afford to build a home like this anymore. Yeah, he was very talented, busting out in a new style here. What a street though, huh? Just look at the finish on this wall over here. Let's look at these. He was very bad to his family, huh? Look at how beautifully manicured this lawn is. Thank you. Yeah, if you're on my Instagram, you can see my photos. I've snapped some of them during the trip. Very quiet. Imagine a design like that, how revolutionary it was compared to homes like this. Cross on the crosswalk here. Go right ahead. Well, you get killed in the crosswalk here. How you doing, Keith Gregory? Be really cool. I like the build quality on women. Let's see. Got this little park down here. All right. I don't know where Marshall got off to. He got his Choochin shoes on. All right, let's hit the rig. We got to get turned around. I don't know where Marshall went. Ooh, you almost got to see a wreck there, huh? Marshall is MIA. Yeah, I don't know where he is. He'll come back bitching about the heat, I guarantee you that. Maybe he got hired for security at the Lloyd Wright house, huh? was talking to folks at the museum. Well, the museum's closed. Slight detour, check out Wright's house on the rock in Southwick. Yeah, I just don't want to go up into Wisconsin. Let me see if I can find him down this street here. Let's see if we can find yeah, they're mind-blowing, aren't they, mouse toes? This is why I love traveling. Here he is up here.
Rosie, this guy told me here. He says all the Frank Lloyd homes are over here on this block.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to
That's
get you
what
to
he just
turn
told
around
me.
and ride down here.
Yeah, that's what he just told me.
It's a dead end down here, but
Yeah.
there's some beautiful homes. You wouldn't believe this one is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Here.
Woo.
This one is...
I talked to 2 residents. You talked to anybody? No. 2 people talked to me. They're pretty nice. Oh, man. I think he's letting me go. People are really nice over here.
Yeah, they are.
Very friendly.
Wait till you see this house down
Oh,
here.
man. Yeah, he said all the Frank Lloyd Wright homes are over here on this. Look at this one here.
Here, I'll hold you.
Yeah, I want to get that one. That one's nice.
This
Look
is-
at this one here. Whoa.
That's what I was telling you, man. This was his first, when he went out on his own, this was his first commission here. Look
Oh,
at that.
wow. That's...
What do you think of that, baby?
That is
Wait till you see
sweet.
this side of her.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Massive.
Yeah, that's actually better than the main one, right?
Yeah, it is, I think.
Yeah.
More valuable.
Look at this one here.
Yeah, it's another one. We'll come up the other way.
Woo. I think this is
This
where we
looks
hit.
like another one
This
here.
is another one. Yeah, he says that's where he designed all of them over here. So this impresses you for sure.
Yeah, this impresses me for sure.
Because this is designed by architects.
This is beyond impressive. This is off the hook.
Are you glad I brought you here?
Yeah, of course.
I just didn't know this was it, but now we found it out. So, talking to this guy, he told me this is where we're all at. Some of them are designed by him.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Also
believe.
this one here, the big stone and massive.
Yep. Oh, we'll come
Style.
back on the other side. Yeah. This is a dead end block, huh?
Yep.
The house has got a big property.
Yep.
These two have a. Is this a one way? Oh, you can't come
Well,
back
I'm
here.
going to turn into here.
Oh, I see. I don't know if you can. This is like ends over here. That's some sort of a
Make
park
sure
over
there's
there.
nobody behind.
Okay, I don't see anybody behind you. That's some sort of a park over there,
Yeah.
gardens or something. Oh,
Big time here.
I think this really made your day, huh, Rosie? Because you
Made
like
my
this
day.
kind of
This
stuff.
made my day. You see the prairie style of architecture. You
Yeah.
bet.
These ones with the round roofs, I know you're saying they're new, but I don't believe so. It just, I never see homes like this. Look at this
Looks
one.
like another one here. Right style. You had to have money.
Yeah. Yeah, that one over there was the most impressive, and this one with this big brick gate.
There's no house here, I'd say, that's newer than the 1890s, except maybe some of the Wright homes. This was, you can imagine this jumping from this Victorian style to the prairie style. What a
This
shock
can't
it
be a
was.
new one. There's no way you say this isn't.
No, that's a Wright house.
Yeah.
Marshall, the architectural appreciator. He's certainly getting his dose of culture traveling with me. I'm doing good, Scottish. Nice to see you, honey. Nice to see you. Always an honor to see you, Scottish. Welcome back, Tina. I think he's been doing pretty good the last couple of weeks or so. But it's on him, not me. So I'm enjoying my travels, seeing stuff. Yeah, I think he could learn a lot. He could certainly learn about what's in Chicago that he's never seen before. I lost the stream for a minute. So we leave Marshall to all this Frank Lloyd rightness. Probably invited himself inside. And he's down the alley here. that woman next door is ready to call the cops. Yeah, I'm keeping pretty cool. It's 91 degrees. It's very, very humid. Keeping cool.
All right, I guess we can hit Hemingway next.
Yep.
Oh, that was a heck of a thing to see.
I'll tell you.
I never
there's
seen
a lot of history here.
Are you glad I brought you here, Rosie?
Yeah.
She likes this kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, it's
Woo.
a good entree to architecture to you. One of the true pioneers of architectural style,
Yep.
Lloyd Wright. The prairie
I
style.
wonder if we're still locked in on Hemingway.
Built like a brick shit house, these things.
Huh. Look at that brickwork on there, huh?
Yeah, beautiful. All right, we're ready to continue down Oak
Yeah.
Park.
Well, we're gonna.
Yeah, we're going to make a left here and then a right and then a right on Oak. We're actually
okay.
in Iowa.
I don't think we need this. I think the signs will tell us how to get there
I hope so.
to Hemingway. Because there's already a sign. Well, you want me to? I guess I could.
Well, I'm going to make a right on
You want me to lock it in on here again?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Yeah. Let me just do that real quick. Ernest Hemingway House.
Here are some listings for Ernest Hemingway House within 0.4 miles.
Okay. I think it's
We got to go up and make a right
the
on
museum
Oak
or
Park.
home. We're going
Well,
well.
the museum, I'm sure.
3:30.
is
I
right
think. I
on
think.
the
I think it's yeah. All right, hold on.
300
Hold on. Let me
block
just.
of
Let
Oak
me.
Park.
Let me just. Let me get her in there. Oak Park Avenue. I'm putting it in now.
It's like I got you in university class here, Marshall.
Well,
University of Life, man.
I think it's right on Oak Park anyway.
And you have a little bit of more of appreciation of architecture and stuff. I wonder why
Well-
I'm always so fascinated by old buildings. You just see the transition. Can
Well-
you imagine a Wright house being put up next to a traditional Victorian, how shocked people were to see the difference between them?
Oh yeah.
Turn right at the stop sign.
That's what I find so fascinating. The neighbors must have been talking at that time, like, what the hell is that going on?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Turn right at the stop sign.
Because most of them, the original
Continue
was
on Chicago Avenue.
the traditional Victorian, I guess.
The last place that Wright designed was the Marin Civic Center right across the Golden Gate Bridge from San Francisco.
Yeah,
In
but-
1/4 mile, turn right on North Oak Park Avenue.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty interesting to see the.
Yeah, it's good to see you interested in something.
They
like
wouldn't have this in
architecture.
Forest Glen, right? They
No,
wouldn't
there
have this-
wouldn't be. There would
no.
just be massive estate homes, probably with gates. You
With
wouldn't
newer
see
ones.
a lot anyway. Yeah. They wouldn't have the history, so that was a good call on
Call,
your
yeah.
part to come over to the old Chicago city area or suburbs here. Feel like you've gone to the movies tonight. Yeah, it's been quite a good time here on the stream. Definitely worth venturing, seeing some of Chicago.
Yep.
Hemingway
Turn
did-
right at the traffic light.
Don't want to get photo flashed here. They're famous for that in Chicago. All of a sudden you see a boom, big flash, and they got you, baby. They nailed your ass to the wall. Photo enforced.
I think that's a church right there.
Arriving at 339 North Oak Park Avenue on the right.
Well, is this it here? Well, I don't know. Or is that? I don't know.
I'm beginning at 6 a.m., so we're okay to park. I guess we'll go out on foot and try to find it. It's supposed to be right here. It said arriving. What's the address?
339.
Okay, well,
That's
let's see.
325. I think it's back over there.
Yeah, let's see if we can find it.
Okay.
Let's see if we can find the Ernest Hemingway birthplace here. Pretty cool. Frank Lloyd Wright, so close to Ernest Hemingway. He's Try not to get my door taken off. It's 3:25. Oh, he invented Lincoln Logs. That's interesting. I'd love to play with Lincoln Logs. So here's the Hemingway home here. Birthplace. Since 1899. Let's snap a picture. One of the greatest American, probably one of the greatest American novelists of Mice and Men, For Whom the Bell Tolls. I think he wrote the Old Man in the Sea. He was quite a writer. He was very disillusioned after World War I and the horrors that he saw in serving as a medic, I believe, in World War I. So he turned to writing and became a novelist and wrote some of the greatest American novels. Huh? They'll tell some other names in some of his works too. I'm not sure if Mice and Men might have been he might have been the guy that lived in Salinas. I can't think of his name right now. But he wrote For Whom the Bell Tolls, that's for sure. Mice and Men, I can't remember the other author, great American author. There's his home. For whom, do not ask for whom the bell tolls, the bell tolls for thee. John Steinbeck, thank you. He did Of Mice and Men, yes. And I'll be seeing his place when I'm on my California swing. $15 to get in, can you imagine? He committed suicide in Ohio. Can you imagine $15 to just tour? It's just too much. 13 for kids. He helped out after the great 1926 hurricane. He was impaled in Florida. When the veterans train got swept off the track during the hurricane, he went out there and gave aid. Yeah, it's too expensive for a home tour. I really object to that. It's just taking advantage of people. Just too much. Looks like we might have a storm coming in. It should be, $2 for kids and $5 for adults. Probably all of his books right here. Yeah, Hemingway committed suicide. Guess how much? Huh? Guess how much they charge to tour?
How much?
$15.
Are you serious?
Are you kidding? For a house tour?
For a house tour? It's not like you're going to...
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to the Henry Ford Museum. I mean, that's too much. Too much.
How much is to get to the Henry Ford Museum?
$21.
There's nothing to see in there. I wouldn't pay $15.
I don't imagine they're beating down the doors, but it is a
You keep on
significant.
saying that's a new design. That's not. How old is this house? That castle?
Oh, this got to be 1880s, 1890s.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, Victorian. I didn't say it's new style.
That's Victorian. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is an old home.
It's the original curved glass. Boy, that stuff expensive to replace. Yeah, it's just too much. All right, well, I got to look for a place to tea, so
Yeah.
we'll head on.
Yep. We're gonna go back towards Madison, right?
Yeah,
All right. I gotta look for a place also. So
like a
we'll stop off at-
Starbucks or something like that.
Huh?
Maybe a Starbucks or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that. So what would you rate this place as far as content, Rosie? Did you like this?
Yeah, good. I don't think it can hold a candle to the Lloyd Wright homes, but it's a piece of history. One of the probably the greatest American author born right here. You know,
Rosie
besides
knows so
Mark
much
Twain.
about- yeah, you
Besides Mark Twain, you know, probably Ernest Hemingway, William Faulkner, The Sound and the Fury, John Steinbeck of Mice and Men, and all these great American novelists. Man, this guy was world famous. Jack London Out My Way, Call of the Wild, and all the famous. He was the first adventure novelist. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Good thing I remember some of my American Lit class, right?
Rosie was an American history buff. She started going to history class in high school.
Yep, and college.
She could specialize, tell you everything that happened in the Civil
Specialize
War.
in Assyrian, Babylonian, and other sort of.
She doesn't specialize though in ancient history.
Yeah, I don't do much on ancient history.
She does more of the American.
Yeah,
She's an American history and architecture buff.
and Chinese, ancient Chinese.
Ancient Chinese, yeah.
Tell you everything about China, you know. Yep.
I'm glad she had fun. I had fun there too.
Yeah, I knew you would. I knew you would. History doesn't have to be all boring. History come to life. I'm not sure these days I'd buy a home that huge. Could you imagine heating that and keeping that thing heated and cooled?
Go back towards Madison. Maybe we'll find a place to
Maybe, maybe Mr. X will buy that place, huh? Mr. X. Where is Mr. Sex?
Let's see here. So we'll probably stop off somewhere here.
Yeah, I gotta stop somewhere and get
Take
a
a little
cold
break.
drink and take a little break before we go Choochin the band. We've done the good.
Oh, you don't
Now
want
we do the hood.
to. You don't want to chooch over there. It's
Well,
pretty
you
bad.
said down Madison.
Well, not walk chooch. I'm saying.
Not walking Chooch, but
No,
driving.
driving chooch. Yeah.
Yeah. He ran with the bulls. Yes, he did. Ernest Hemingway. Remember the running of the bulls in Spain? He did that with. He did that. Where the people get gored once in a while when the bull comes down. Pamplona.
I was
yeah.
more interested to see Wright's houses.
Yeah, of course. Wright created a whole new style, prairie architecture, prairie style. Okay, those things are built like forts.
Yeah.
You couldn't even hope to build something like that today with that massive construction.
This is such a nice place to live. I
It
Rosie.
is.
Beautiful.
It's a lot of history, a lot of these
Yeah.
old apartment houses. Look at how ornate they are.
Yeah. The design. Yeah.
So Hemingway grew up fancy pants over here, that's for sure. He wasn't no Rosie growing up, that's for darn sure.
Well, they said the Austin area used to look like this. This guy was telling me the Austin area used to look like this, and then it went downhill.
Okay.
That's what the guy was telling me. There's a whole. You should watch the documentary on the Austin area, how it went downhill. It used to be just like this.
Okay.
So just want to let you know about that. So we'll just take this out to Madison and try to take
It
a little
looks
break.
like we might have another storm coming in tonight.
Probably. I guess it wasn't as hot as they said it would be.
Yeah, I would watch the running of the bulls from the second floor balcony, but no way I'd run with those fat little bastards on the ground there running around with those horns. That's a good way to get your lungs punctured and everything else. This is fancy in here.
This is, yeah.
Like I said, this reminds me of St. Helena in
This place here, huh?
Napa County, yeah.
Geppetto's. Oh, yeah, Oak Park was pretty cool. I'm glad you liked it. I thought you would like it.
Yeah.
Now, you like this kind of stuff, and I think it's
I
pretty
love
cool.
it. This is what defines Chicago, this kind of stuff.
This was the old, I guess, people who had money.
This
right?
isn't Austin here, is it?
No, it's not Austin. Austin goes north and south. Madison goes
Okay.
east. So we'll make a left on Madison, and try to find a place. We don't want to take a break in Austin, but when you get to Madison, make a left. I guess this is one of the trains here. See, there's a picture of Ernest Hemingway there. So unbelievable how it changes. Yeah, you should watch a documentary on Frank Nitti. I think that's interesting, and also the documentary on the Austin area going downhill.
Mary's Family Restaurant and Pancake House.
Rosie, after you see the Austin area now, I think it'd be interesting for you to actually watch this documentary because you can see what happened to
Okay.
the gangs and how the
All right.
you know. Custom made in Oak Park, Hamburger Mary's, yeah. Look at all these huge, massive churches here, right, Rosie?
Yeah, they're all the Gothic style.
Catholic, yeah.
Episcopalian, Presbyterian. I think Presbyterian's just Catholic light.
It's kind of sad to see Chicago, how it turned out, how what it was like this, and how they kept it. It stayed like.
Cities grow, and it's not everybody can afford to live in Oak Park. You know,
This is definitely
when you're
old money,
making
right?
70 cents an hour. So.
Washington
This is
Boulevard.
massive.
This building here.
building
Watch
is
it.
just
It's
massive.
That's a retirement
I
community
know
building.
it is now, but that used to probably be a swanky apartment house in its day.
It's Madison, I think, coming up there. Is that Madison? I think that should be Madison right there. Yep.
I don't know if we're going to be able
I
to
don't think they'll make a
or
left.
not.
You probably have to make. Well, you probably have to. Yeah, I don't think you can make a left. Well, maybe. Well, this is all blocked off here. I'm glad Rosie saw this. I think it was pretty cool.
Very cool.
Something different, you know. About 82 watching. All right. We're going to try to take a break here, but not in Austin because I don't want to get mugged. I wonder if you can make a left here. We'll see. I think you can. It's not blocked off on the other side. I don't see why you can't. Go around these corners and just make a left. It's open over there. Yeah, I think you can. He's got a yield to oncoming traffic on the other side. Alright, we're going to try to find a place here as soon as we can because it starts to go downhill really fast. It's already actually going downhill right here. We're going east on Madison here. Well, there's a Popeyes here. Yeah. This is where the transition occurs. Starts to. Maybe we could plug in here. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad place to go. Because it starts to go downhill fast. This would be a good place right here. Okay. You gonna lock the car, Rosie, or you gonna wait for you?
Wait for me first. and
Okay.
then, you
All right.
go.
All right.
Keep an eye on it.
All right. I'll be right here. Should be cool. pretty freaky area, man. This is right on the cusp of good and bad right here. Hey, let me tell you guys something. Austin area is pretty bad. It's one of the worst. Let's say the worst part. I think Rivals is pretty bad. I'm gonna wait for Rosie. But this is a place that's right on the cusp of the ultra rich and the ultra poor, and it's pretty freaky. I'm gonna tell you guys that much. You guys are gonna see it go downhill really fast. It's gonna go downhill really fast, guys. It's when you got armed guards. Let me tell you guys something, right? When you got armed guards, how you doing, Chairman of the Board, Normeth? Hope you enjoy the box build, but when I got my suits from here, when you've got armed guards in a parking lot, you know it's bad. When you got people hanging out on the street, it's bad. It is bad. Austin is, I'm not saying the worst in Chicago, but it's bad. And it's gone downhill. There's not much left to it. I think that it's pretty better. I'm gonna go when Rosie's done. Are you done, Rosie?
Yeah.
All right. I got water. I brought water with me. Did you see water?
Yeah.
I got them on your side. All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna mute this. Right on the cusp, my Rosie. You can feel it right on it, man. Look at that humidity. How would you do?
Oh boy. All right. Couple more minutes, we'll be out of here. Oh boy. Oh, thank you, Kim C. We're going down to the hood now. Better get my makeup on for the hood. If I'm gonna go to lockup, I gotta look good. Good night, Harvey. Take care. Thanks for coming by. I gotta look good in case I go into lockup. I've enjoyed not wearing makeup in Chicago. Like my tooth. You can take the girl out of Baltimore, but you can't take the Baltimore out of the girl. One-handed, baby. One-handed eyeliner. Man, what a chooch. Have him get out and walk in the hood. Yeah, he's no way on Austin. He won't walk down there. I'd be willing to give it a shot. But these things, these ain't to mess around with here. He would be in panic mode. We brush out my bottom shelf Walmart Party City wig here. There we go. Ask Elvis about the local Home Depot. What happened at the local Home Depot? Yeah, this came from my friend Diane C. in Southern California.
Man, it is humid out there, Rosie.
Well, when you've been in here the whole time.
Oh man, it's humid out there.
It's humid, man.
Woo!
It is. Woo! Alright, let me get back on track. It's a pretty clean restroom here.
I couldn't even go in there because the guy was.
Cracking up or what?
No, he was. Was that a one-person restroom? It's all locked
I
up.
have the ladies' room.
Let's see.
Would you go in the ladies' room or what?
I'm not gonna talk about it.
Okay. I guess that means yes.
All right, we're gonna head west on Madison.
I'm not going to talk about it.
Are you interested in taking the gander on Cicero too, or just Madison?
No, just Madison.
Just Madison West? You don't want to see Cicero?
Well, we got to go back Cicero towards Jackson Heights.
No, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take Madison. I'll show you out of Madison, and then we'll come back up towards Cicero. Basically.
Let's get this.
Just follow where I'm going, so I know where to take you.
Just don't get me sold into.
Nah.
Sex slave trade. All right.
I think it's interesting to show Rosie both of the transitions. They're not far away from each
I
other.
don't think I can go across these Humpty Dumpty things anyway.
Yeah, you can.
You can? Okay.
I mean, you're not supposed to. Technically, you could make a U-turn here, but
Well, I think I'll do that.
you can bust a U-turn right here, but just
save
watch.
Save my
Yeah,
tire.
exactly, yeah. But I wanted to show you the two areas that are transitioning, so just, it's pretty interesting to see. Just stay in the right lane. There's two areas that transition here, which is, this is from Oak Park to Austin, and then
All right, into the hood, you can see downtown Chicago straight ahead. The skyline
Exactly.
in the distance.
it's not a very large
I
stretch
think
here.
I'm going to get a cold drink in here.
Okay,
You need anything, or are you okay?
I'm okay. I don't
Park
know.
some of Chicago's finest right next to me, baby. Woo!
You can't just fit in there. The guy's gotta get out.
I don't care. It's a parking spot. Tell that cop to move, baby. Move.
All right. I'm here live, guys. Choochin on a Chicago. I want to show her the transition. There's a transition area around Cicero and 290. And come back and then hit Madison. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to take Madison to Cicero, make a right on Cicero, and see that area, and then come back on Cicero, go up towards Madison, and then we'll go up to the north side. Then we can come back up Madison and take Cicero. That's more interesting to see like that. So we're gonna go right now, due east on Madison, and I'm gonna make a right on Cicero, show her the rest of Cicero. This is the transition neighborhood here. This is where it starts to get questionable here. You're right on the cusp. I'm going to tell Rosa what we're going to do before we do it. So Rosie, I want to narrate this for you. What we're going to do here, okay? Before we do this, what we're going to do is we're going to go east on Madison. When we get to Cicero, we'll make a right. It's not that far, and I'll show you that area that goes to like 290, and then we'll come back on Cicero, and then we'll make a right on Madison, and then come back on Cicero. So just go with what I'm doing. So we'll see the whole thing. It's very interesting.
All right, bro,
I would not recommend you to put your window down to talk to any of these people here, because this is one of the worst areas.
Nice to me in there.
This is one of the worst areas of Chicago here. This is somewhere where you're talking about 40 homeless people in one block. This is something like you've never seen before. I mean, this makes Oakland look like cotton candy. So,
Well, my benchmark's the Tenderloin in San Francisco.
well,
That's the worst I ever had.
this is.
That's where I almost got Mr. Z killed down there.
There's a lot of decent people that live here too. Not everybody's bad, but there's a lot
Oh,
of.
man, look at those doors on that thing.
Yeah. So this is definitely already.
Looks nice to me.
No, this is definitely.
I would Choochin.
Well, this.
Choochin on a Thursday afternoon on Madison the Street.
Well, this isn't the worst part of it. This is the. This actually looks pretty good, right?
Yeah, this looks pretty good.
Okay.
Kid with her golf clubs. Her lacrosse stick there.
Hey, Chairman of the Board, how you doing? Nice to see everybody. 79 people watching. Give me a thumbs up if you love the content. I'm here streaming with Rosie. You know, this is one area that I'm familiar with more. I'm familiar more with the west side than the south side because it's more near north to the north side and stuff. So I think it's a transgender person right there, in my opinion. So I am more, and the slower you drive, the more they'll see. So
Yeah, well, the slower I drive, the more I'll have people up
behind you. I get you. Now Rosie says she doesn't like to use profanity on her channel, but from time to time she'll throw in words here and there.
Not too often, once in a while.
Once in a while.
I'm not a big cursor. Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay, we're here. Can you turn that AC up a little bit, or is it too cold for you?
Well, it's
Well,
really chills me.
You can turn your vents off, right?
I know, but you can't be that.
Oh. All right. So this is already transitioned here. Is there somebody behind us? Oh, okay. They can always pass you to the left.
Chicago cop behind me, so.
Do you? No, I don't think so. It's not a Chicago cop. They can always pass you to the left if they want. All right, this is the transition right here. I believe this is Austin right here. This is pretty much, it's already has transition from back there, but this is, right here you'll see a complete transformation. Which is pretty amazing to how nice it was to what we're gonna see now. And according to an Oak Park resident and the history, this used to be as nice as Oak Park before it all went downhill. Austin Boulevard and Madison. Yep. Right here, you're definitely, you see
Yeah,
cops, you're
cops
getting
up
into the
ahead.
nitty gritty and stuff, yeah. So, I wouldn't worry about people behind you. If they want to pass you, they can pass you to the left. You're in the slow lane and stuff. So. But this is the Austin area of Chicago. This isn't the worst of it, but there's already people hanging out over there. See that?
Yeah.
There's already people here hanging around corners. There's, oh yeah, a car wash. This is the Chicago, one of the Chicago police departments here.
Look at that building on the left over there. Blue. What the heck that?
Funeral home.
Oh, it's a funeral
It's a
home.
funeral home. This is Chicago Police Department here. It's already turned so bad, not within, very close to Oak Park. I mean, it's. Oh yeah, there's people hanging out on corners.
Down the street there.
It's,
Can't we just swing a block and come back out there?
yeah, you can, but I would not. See how bad it is? This is really bad over here. You don't want to talk to anybody right here. See the cops over there?
Yep.
It's really bad here.
Let's swing a street, huh?
Right.
Shall we?
But do
One
not
block?
stop though.
Somebody's got their travel trailer. It's pretty cool.
Don't go in the alley.
Well, I say if we're gonna chooch, let's do it the right way. Well, I won't go in the alley. I'll
No,
just go in the street.
don't go in the alley.
This is what I came to Chicago for, Choochin.
Well, there's a
You're
lot
good
of
in
cops
the
around
hood.
here. You're
Yeah.
right by the police department, so that's probably the safest part of Austin because of the police department. Look at these. See?
Yeah.
There's some devastated building there.
This is what Mr. X would call a neighborhood in transition here, huh?
Now, this is. I don't know what.
Columbus Park.
I don't think you can turn around from there. You got to take this street here. It's.
There's got to be a turn-in down here.
Yeah, this is Jackson here. You got to go over this around this big park here. You can't go from there. Jackson Boulevard. This is not the worst. Actually, this is probably the safest part of Austin because it's next to the cops. But there's so many people out over here. You see, there's nobody out in the park. Isn't that eerie? Isn't that eerie to you?
I think it's dinner time, right?
I don't know. I just think it's actually a pretty nice park here.
Yeah,
with
it's a
this-
beautiful park on the left over there.
Yeah.
People fishing.
I've never actually been over to this side. There's a bunch of people hanging out here.
Yeah, we got a lake here.
Oh, it's a lake. Okay, yeah. I don't know if you can go around. What's this? What's the street here? Can you take
Here
this?
we go. Yeah, we'll take this.
Okay.
Let's shoot into the
Columbus
heart of
Park
here.
Golf Course. Yeah. Oh, yep, right here. Don't stop. I'm serious. Well, you want to go out here and chooch?
I'm not saying anything.
This is
I'm not.
This is a gang
I'm
area.
not. I'm just chooching, man. I'm just going through.
I know
I'm
how
chooching.
bad this is. I'm very well aware of the west side here.
I'm just chooching.
It actually looks good over here on
Yeah,
this
it
block.
looks
The block
beautiful.
looks
I think
good,
it looks
but
like a fancy pants area, except for this is falling down over here to the right.
yeah,
Look at that porch caving in.
yep.
It's got a little bit of a smack of Detroit to it.
There's actually a white person walking there. See that?
Well, I guess they're known to be in Chicago.
I can't believe that a white person walking in Austin. Yeah. Actually,
we might be dead-ended down here. Caught there. We might be blocked
Yeah,
in.
this is a dead end over here. Actually, it's not bad over here. I thought it would be bad, but the homes here are nice. And she comes on a dead end street.
Well,
Or
not much
right
I
here
can
you
do
can
about
get
it. We're
right-
caught in, man.
But you're right.
Caught in.
This is actually not
Holy
probably the most safest block here. It's next to the police station.
Yeah, I picked the wrong block.
Actually, if you wanted to chooch right here by the police station, you could chooch. But I have no interest of chooching here. But,
When we get up here to talk about
oh,
neighborhood is,
But a police station is
This
safe.
looks like a transitional area.
Yeah, this doesn't look bad over here. This is one nicer blocks.
Yeah.
This is actually, look at this. It's
Beautiful.
actually nicer. This is the trend. It's not. I don't know. It's just working people here. I don't think it's bad. Actually, it is a nice block over here. It's pretty
Yeah,
nice.
see,
Here.
it surprises you right here in Columbus Park.
Right here, but it goes downhill. This is
Right
actually.
here.
I never
Might
even
be
knew
able
there
to
was a
access
park here.
through this other road
I,
here where we
yeah,
were
I
trying.
never even really knew there was a park
On
here.
the
'cause I never-
backside of the park.
I usually stay on the main streets. I don't come on this.
I like the alleys and stuff to run down.
This is actually not bad here. You could chooch over here. I don't think it's bad over here. There's people hanging out here. Yes, it's not. This part of Austin is not the worst. This is actually the better part of Austin. Actually, look at how nice this house is. This is nice.
See, I've upgraded you here.
But this isn't the worst part of Austin. It's more
Welcome
towards.
to 100 block South Waller Book Club.
You're not going to be able to get out. It's all no outlets. It's all
No
blocked off.
outlets
No,
down there?
because of the. You have to go
Well,
back.
we'll just take a look anyway.
Okay. It's not bad over here. You could go Choochin here, nothing would happen to you. This is not the bad part of Austin here. It's actually safer here than it is on the main street. There's nothing going on. Everything's on the main street. There's actually nobody hanging around here. And the police station is
Let's
right
see
there.
if we can stir up a little action.
I didn't know, I really never went into
Let's see if
sites.
we can get into an action zone. That's what I'm here for. The Chicago action, baby. Get me in that action zone.
Well,
Want to get down one of these streets where they're chooching on a Thursday night.
well, I wanted to
This
show
is
you the
really
whole.
nice.
This is actually, yeah, it's not.
Surprises you in here.
Oh, well, because I don't go to side streets. I stay on the main
Yeah.
streets. But this is the good part of Austin. This looks
People
better.
have beautifully maintained homes in here.
This actually looks better than most of the north side here. It really is clean here.
See, you're getting a good surprise.
Well, this is part of the. This is the. I mean, there's people here. I mean,
All right, well, obviously, I'm blocked in on all these side streets. I'm
Yeah.
going to go one more. Hopefully, the next one will spring it. I will get us
well, this is the closest part to
onto some
Stone Park
better
and stuff.
chooching grounds to see what Chicago is all about.
I'd like to see you chooch over there on by 290 and Cicero and stuff.
Okay, well, take me down there and we'll get to chooching.
This is actually not bad.
This is the side of the police station here.
Yeah.
That's a high school.
This is the good part of Austin. There's a bad part of Austin, and this is definitely the good part of Austin. What is this, a new school?
Looks nice.
This is
Oscar,
looks brand new.
Oscar DePriest.
I don't see any graffiti or nothing here. Yeah, it actually is not bad here. Well, this is the good part of Austin.
Okay.
I mean, I don't go through side streets, but now seeing it, it's something to see because I wanted to show you the whole thing, and then because
Yeah, for
dissecting
me,
the side streets would take
streets
you
are
hours.
where all the, you meet people, and you
Yeah.
might get blocked in or something, but
Well, here this I wouldn't consider these blocks bad. There's some activity on the main streets here.
check the alleys here. What they look like.
Well, the police are right over there. Those guys are right over there. The police are right over there. You're gonna have people starting to honk behind you here.
Yeah, I see.
This is where you got the Chicago police here. These guys are hanging out here.
Yep, to protect
Yep.
and to serve. Driving this guy crazy behind me.
Yeah, just get in the right lane and let the
I
guy
am.
go.
I am, but he's still gonna flip me off up here. Central.
There's Chicago
Right
police here.
now,
There's
this-
Chicago,
yeah,
two Chicago
I know.
police on
This
the.
actually just looks like Oakland right now.
It's gonna go downhill.
All right.
It's this is actually not bad here. Oakland.
Yeah, traveling says if you get near the highway, you may see many suburbanites getting their heroin. Amen, traveling leaf. Amen.
There's for some reason, a bunch of people hang around right by 290 in the highway. But you don't want to get on there because you got to get on 290 if you do that. So just kind of follow my lead here. This actually surprised me. I never been to these side streets. I didn't realize how nice. Actually, it's not that bad. But once you go more east, it starts to go downhill more. The neighborhoods start to go downhill more. These are actually not bad.
Nice chicken thighs, $1.99. That's pretty expensive. Thighs. I'll walk across.
We're on Louise. It starts to get worse here. It's just more.
Yeah, I feel like
This
I'm
is-
tempted to take one of these side streets, but they're so cut off. We might-
That's actually a soul food restaurant, MacArthur's. They got good food. I've eaten there before. It's good food. They've been here a long time. MacArthur's restaurant. There's also Coleman's Barbecue. A lot of people hanging around here on Madison, just sitting down. So you're saying you're going to put this on par with Oakland here?
Yeah, right
Instead-
in this area,
right in
right
this
here.
area, okay.
Yeah, I'd say it's like
Okay.
looks like an Oakland. We could hit a side street if you want.
Now I want to show you the whole thing and stuff because there's a lot to cover and stuff. If you hit the side streets, we'll be here for
Could
hours.
be some action. You know?
There, like I know you want to go on side streets.
Well, just
but-
for one little peek, you know. Just
Yeah,
to
okay.
go down.
We'll do that, but I
All
just wanted to show you the whole thing, and then you can dissect it. But
Some girls with their cute sunsuits on, they look cute.
this is Madison. We're heading.
So we're not in the
Eastbound.
big tourist area here.
No. There's a weave on the street. Are your doors locked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we unlock them?
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and unlock them? Maybe we'll pick somebody up. Seriously. I've picked up a girl here before. I have. But you know what? She had a walkie-talkie with her. And she was talking to the other guy on the walkie-talkie. See all the people, all the street activity here? This is one of the worst McDonald's in the city right here.
Now this looks pretty. This looks like
This
Detroit
this starts to get really bad here right after you see the
Yeah, I
cops.
see the cops here. Yeah.
See the cops are here. And now with this warm weather, everybody comes out, and that's when problems occur. So
Yeah. Hot July night.
this over here starts to get worse than over there. But I want to show you the whole thing and see how it started to get boarded up over here a little bit.
Yeah.
It starts to get whale, fish, and chicken.
Yeah, we got to hit one of these side streets here just to take. a
Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you those. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to show you the whole thing, and then we'll hit. There's side streets that I used to go to that I wanted to show you. But it's first of all, I want to just show you the whole area and stuff. Because there's so many side streets that would take you hours. Is that a close-up church, sir?
Dr.
That's still in
Choochin
operation.
Rogers Faith Memorial Church of God in Christ Incorporated. Man, that's a
This
long
is
name.
this is
Oh,
out of business
focus,
here.
focus.
Okay. This is Cicero, mate. You need to make a right here on Cicero.
Pretty cool around here. I wouldn't go. I'd put it on a par with Oakland right here.
No way.
Absolutely. Ask the people in my chat.
There's no.
They'll tell you. Come on, I'd get out and shoot you right here. Yeah, it's got some boarded ups here on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice old homes, but they've been pretty wrecked over here. Beautiful, well-built homes.
There's one here that's completely gone and stuff on that side. Most of these apartment buildings are open. Nobody wants to rent over here. They're all so many vacant rentals and stuff.
Well, it's a lot of crime around here, right?
Yeah. lot of gang activity
This
under
is real high crime.
Yep.
All right, well, that's all I wanted to do. So we'll swing around and we'll get back on Cicero again.
Just make a left over here if you can. You got a light.
Yeah, I'm making a right.
You can't make a right. It's
Right.
one way. And then on First Street, just make a left on the First Street.
Run an alley.
No. Don't go in the alleys. There's no reason to go in the alleys. Just make a right over here. Just make a right over here. We'll turn. Is that a?
Yeah, I gotta go down to the next one.
Yeah, make it right. Make a right here.
We're going out and then make a left, right?
A lot of
Cicero?
them. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Fine. That's fine. Go ahead.
The next one's out. So.
Right.
Shouldn't be blurry. Let's see. It's pretty sharp. Got a little church here on the corner. Speed bump ahead.
This is actually not. It's not. There's more action on the main streets actually than the side streets. It's just families and kids over here on the side streets.
Yeah. I'm
All
just
the
checking
action is
out-
on the main
Yeah,
streets.
just checking out
You see
life
people.
in Chicago.
Yeah. People just
I
hanging out.
quite enjoy checking it out.
Yep. I would say that it's actually more dangerous on the main street than here because all it is here is just, people hanging out in front of their houses. They're not really doing nothing wrong. Just hanging out with their families.
Get ready to duck and cover. All right, back to Cicero. So we survived it. We just looped in a little bit.
There's actually all the bad people are on the main street. All the homeless and druggies, all the families are here. There's nothing going on. It's actually more safe on the side streets, actually. And I never check out the side streets, but now that I've seen it,
Try
make a right.
closing up the mini mart.
And just stay in the right lane. Yeah, there's a lot of decent, normal people that live here,
Yeah.
They're not all bad, but there's bad and there's good, just like anywhere else. This is 290 here, so, and but don't get on 290. Just stay here, stay straight. And this is a very famous thing here where you get on 290 and people will be hanging out there. But if you get on there, you got to get on 290 and stuff. Right here, Florida, you'll see a lot of people usually hanging out here. Well, I guess you could take that well. A lot of people will be hanging around here and stuff. Go straight. Cruising area. There'll be a lot of people walking these streets behind here. This is all Austin, and then it will make the transition pretty soon.
That St. Mark Church sign
Yep.
ready to fall over on the street.
Back in the day, there used to be a lot of people walking around here, but they really cleared it up. So go ahead and get in the left lane, and we'll come back up. So this is one of the old buildings that's been gone. I guess it's been, I don't know what this used to be, but this has been closed for years. I don't think they're gonna.
What are we doing? Turning around?
We'll just keep on going. We're almost done. We'll turn around. I just want to. This is Cicero and Roosevelt. We'll turn around here in a bit. There's a place killer called the Shamrock Motel.
Should we chooch it?
Now, well, like I said, I want to show you the whole thing. We'll come back on Cicero, then I'll show you the other side of Madison. This is the Shamrock Motel, Rosie's kind of motel,
Love it.
right here.
Love it.
Famous motel, Rosie.
Shamrock, baby. Air
here.
conditioned, air cooled.
Yep. So, this is where it starts to make the transition into Cicero and Berwyn. It starts to get pretty nice. Can you see the transition already happening here?
Yeah.
So we can go ahead and just turn around whenever you can, whenever it's convenient with you. The transition starts occurring about here. You can see the houses are nicer here. But try to turn around.
Do a Baltimore turn. There we go.
Back there, if you go south, Rosie, it's Cicero and Berwyn. It's all Latinos, and it used to be an old Italian neighborhood. It's pretty nice, and there's good food and stuff. Basically, it's Austin is sandwiched in between Oak Park, which is nice, and Cicero and Berwyn, which is pretty decent. But we'll go back up here, and then we'll make a route on Madison.
Well, I got to see.
What did you think about it so far? It's pretty colorful.
Yeah, it's bad on the pour with.
Would you say it's worse than 47th Street here?
I'd say it's probably about the same.
About the same. Well, don't you see more people here than 47th?
Yeah, it's later in the day though. You know, there's a cop.
Cop right there, I know. A lot of cops, right?
Yeah.
A lot of liquor stores, all right.
It's like Baltimore, a liquor store on
Yeah,
every
that
corner.
cop was pulling out right there.
Yep. Liquor store on every corner.
On every corner, yeah. So you're saying this is on par with 47th Street?
Yeah.
Would you say that Detroit, Livernois was worse than this, right? For sure.
Yeah, I'd say it was worse than
Worse,
this.
yeah.
It was much more economically just
Devastated.
and structurally.
Devastated.
The housing was just destroyed. People were living in ruins, basically. They were just like Baltimore. They're living in ruins in row houses.
But what did you say with all these people on the street, that there's more activity, that it's more dangerous?
Yeah, just look at the time of the day. It's
Sounds
dinner
good.
time. It's hot today, so people are going to be out on the streets.
Right. Oops, head back. For years, I wanted to come to Cicero, Madison here and buy me a suit, and I finally.
I might pull
Mustered
over
up
and
the
do a little
courage.
Choochin around here.
Well, there's nothing going on over here on this
Well,
side.
there's
It's
a
dead.
couple of abandoned buildings there.
Yeah. This is actually not that bad here. Once you go over here, once you go over 290, right here, it starts to get. This is the bad part right here. This is one of the worst parts of Austin right here. Flournoy, there'll be a lot of people hanging right there and there. This is really bad right here. This between Jackson and Flournoy, one of the worst parts of Austin here. Some people hanging out over there. This is Harrison. So we're going north and south. And so let's go all the way to the north side. And then Madison will go.
Johnny Wadd, you grew up in Flint, Michigan. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is Austin right here. You're in the Austin area here. Talking to people. We're going to go over here and Harrison. There's some activity going on there.
Sun going down. It should be prime Choochin time. Baba's Uncle Nick.
Yeah. I would say this patch of Austin here is probably one of the most devastated. You see the boarded up building right there?
I'm gonna hang it right
No,
here.
no.
Take a look.
Go straight. We'll take Madison.
I'm just gonna pop down here and take a look real quick.
This is one of the worst parts here.
I just wanna.
These people hanging out here and stuff.
Look at how nicely built the homes are.
Yeah.
Guy's cutting his grass.
Watch out, there's a really big hole right there to your left. Be very careful. There's a boarded up building here.
Oh, we'll just swing back and back onto Cicero again.
Madison, Massachusetts.
Madison.
Yeah, this is one of the worst parts of. I mean, I don't think it's on par with Detroit over here, but there's still a lot of people, a lot of activity on the streets, and
There's probably a lot of violence.
you see the police
here.
presence and stuff.
Yeah.
You can just go straight. Don't make a
Well,
left. There's no
I
point.
just came off of that street.
Oh, okay, but we're going towards Madison, so
Ooh,
there's these big
man.
potholes here, so
Wow.
be careful and stuff.
Don't want to bust an axle in here.
Yeah. Big bumps. There's
Oh,
another
look,
one
we got a
coming.
gang up here.
Okay. Don't stop.
I always wave at them. They always wave back.
These are gangs over here. See right there, that could have really messed
Been
us
a
up
bad
right there.
confrontation right
Yep,
there.
right there. I don't know. That's why it's. I don't know why you put yourself in that. That's what I just cannot agree with you on. Right there, that could have got a shot right there. All it is they pull a gun on us right there and stuff. That's it. We're stuck up right there. All they'd have to do is pull up a car in front of us, and that's it. We're boxed in. They're going to stick us up right there. You wouldn't be able to do nothing. And
Happy
why put
fish
yourself
and
in that
chicken.
position? I don't know why.
Just curious about
Are you okay?
life on the streets of Chicago. I need
We
to
could have got
have,
stuck up right there.
This
and
is
stuff.
the good in the hood. I mean, I need to have both sides to balance.
So you
it.
wanna
I
get
thought I
yourself
would just go down. You
stuck
said it's
up?
not really terrible. I thought I'd just go down and take a look at it.
I just don't think you're going to learn your lesson until you get stuck up.
Well, okay. What street is this? Madison.
Madison, yeah.
So we're gonna
That's
turn right here.
yeah. That was very bad right there.
Okay. Well, I apologize. I didn't mean for it. I mean, it was. I'm a curious person. They waved at me on the street.
Well, they think you want to buy drugs and stuff. They think you're either a cop or you want to buy drugs, one of the two and stuff.
Uncle Remus, guilty pleasure bacon.
But you don't know if they're a gangbanger or if they're armed or if they will stick. You don't know what's going on. What I really get, if it's a family and kids, it's one thing, but a bunch of guys like that hanging out, and you're on a side street, and all they got to do is pull up a car in front of you, and that's it. You're stuck up right there. You can't do nothing. They'll take your car. They'll take everything. And that's just, you know. Would you chooch over there? By those guys?
No, I don't think I'd chooch on the street, but driving down, I judge to be, interesting. You can take a look.
I mean, it's if you're
I
that.
figure most time, if you're not, doing drug stuff and stuff.
But
you're
with
probably
your
gonna-
camera and stuff, that's
Yeah,
the
this
thing.
This
That's
is
the
a
issue.
This now looks like a very devastated area down
Yeah.
there.
This is Madison Avenue here. We're coming up on.
Yeah, this looks bleak. This
Yeah,
looks
there's
really
actually-
bleak.
Yeah. I wanted to show you the place where they have the shops. We'll come back.
Yeah, this is this rings the bell of bleak right here.
Yeah. It's cool that they still got some stores left over there where they sold the suits and stuff. I don't know how long they'll be there. Now, if you were just walking there without a camera, that'd be one thing. But you
Yeah.
go take a camera and flash it on those guys' faces. If you don't think that's a confrontation, then I don't know what. I think you Choochin here without a camera, you'll be fine. But with a camera, is what I'm saying.
Probably good soul food around here, huh?
Well, there's
Wanna look
there's
up the soul
MacArthur's.
food,
There's
place?
MacArthur's, which is good. It's okay. It's actually
Might
pretty
be a good soul food place.
I wanted to show you the rest of it, because we're almost at
Okay.
the end of it. Here. This is awesome area. This is that area where
Get a
we're at.
chance to have some Chicago soul food. That could be pretty cool.
See, there's a bunch of guys hanging around
Yeah.
here, but that
Yeah.
area where you were at, right there, that block was one of the was the worst. Was one of the worst. This is bad here too, but not as bad as over there. I think this is probably bad, but not as bad as over there.
There's a cop running there.
Yeah,
Got somebody.
yeah. There's actually this is Karlov. The next one is Pulaski. This is where I bought my suits at on this not this block, the other block. They actually have a lot of
pull
nice.
over and take a break.
No, don't pull over.
Well, I mean, it looks okay now.
No, it's not.
Even on
It's-
Main Street here.
No, it's not okay. The people that are by the bus are cool. They're normal. They're fine. The people that are that are standing behind there are the problem. You see the difference? The people that are by the bus are okay. Looks like that's a T-girl. But the people that are standing, well, see, the people that are by the bus are just fine. They're just waiting on the bus. But the people that are hanging on, like that guy. See what I'm saying?
There's a paradise. You can get another dashiki over there.
No, I was going to tell you, this is actually, there's actually a lot of cool stores over here. On the right
Looks
side
like
is where,
some cool fashions in here. Buy and fly.
let's see how they all lock them up. You see that?
Yeah.
This is where I bought my suits at, in one of these stores here, Chicago style. But they all, you see how they shut them down?
Yeah,
So
this
they're
is
up.
wild
A
over
bunch of
here.
people on this side. Yeah, you can drive through that shopping center and go in there. I'll tell you where to turn over. Just keep on going, and we'll get to the end of it. Then I'll make it turn over, and you can turn over in that shop.
Yeah,
But
I might have
but
to
don't
jet.
stop and put
I
your
might
window and
have
talk to
jet.
anybody.
We have a whole gang behind us right here.
Oh,
so
shoot.
we're right in the stew right now, man.
The whole game.
Yeah, we got a whole gang coming behind us right from the side.
Oh,
there.
okay.
I got to be ready to hit the gas, so I'm making sure I'm not going to.
If they come close to the car, just hit the gas.
Got to make sure I'm not going to run.
Are they
over
by
it.
the car?
Yeah, they're hanging behind. Just keep looking ahead. Keep your camera down.
Oh. In a car or walking?
Walking.
Go.
I am going. Calm down.
Get to the left, street. Get to the left. Okay, keep on going straight. Yeah, see, I told you it gets
Don't
bad.
lose it. Don't lose it.
No, I'm not. Keep on going.
Okay, just stay calm.
There's somebody
I
there.
got
on
to
the
turn
corner.
around. I got.
Yeah, I know you. Huh?
Are we going to turn around?
Yeah, we'll turn around. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
turn. See what I told you? You got to be careful. It gets
Yeah.
really bad right here.
Yeah.
See this guy here? Were they walking towards the van?
Yeah, the whole group of them was coming up just towards the corner. I don't know
Oh,
if they
well.
were specifically coming to the van or just.
Okay.
I was ready to.
Now,
hit,
go.
I was
hold on.
ready. I was ready to hit the gas.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, go. You can turn over and make a left here. This is where I bought my suits at, and in the daytime I felt safe because there was 2 armed guards. But I've never seen this is worse than when I came in the daytime.
What does that tell you? You go to a place you need armed guards to buy your suits. So what are we turning around?
Now what you can do, yeah, see if you could make a left over here on Washington. Oh, turn around.
That should be as juicy as Madison.
No, we'll get back on Madison and stuff because
Okay.
I'll show you that. I wonder if
I
those.
didn't mean to get you upset there. It's just that
No.
all of a sudden we had a whole.
No, yeah.
50 guys were surrounding us on the
Well, I
streets
would
there.
have. I wouldn't care about the lot.
Well,
But
I'm not gonna hit the
you don't know
gas
if they
and
want
run
to rob
over.
you. Yeah.
I'm not going to hit the gas and run over anyone.
Well, they started coming.
Yeah, they started getting.
They'll
Being,
just-
they started coming towards. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but what I'm curious about is the shopping center. If there's any armed guards in there now, is what I'm curious about.
You want to go over and park
Yeah.
there? And
No, I don't want to park there. I just want to drive through there. I want to see if there's any armed guards there at this time of the day, or is it, or there's not any. I'm just curious. Because I felt that the armed guards kept some sort of order, but now it looks like there's not any. I'm just curious. So now just stay in the left lane, and when you get to the light, make a left over here. Now don't stop and put your window and talk to
Okay.
anybody.
I'm
Just
not
make a
gonna-
left here.
I was going to talk.
Do not
Okay.
you'll get robbed. If they're armed, they'll rob you and stuff. I'm just curious to see if there's any armed guards there now, just at this time of the day.
Yeah,
You see over here, it's really
difficult
bad right
driving conditions because of the sun
Don't-
right now.
Yeah.
So
Get it, stay in the right lane.
we're going
and
right into the stew right
Yeah,
here.
rather don't put your window down. Don't talk to anybody. Get in the right lane. Get in the right lane. Okay. I'm just curious to see in that shopping center if there's any armed guards now. You see how they close the businesses here?
Yeah.
Over here. Stay in the right lane.
This looks like a place where the bullets fly around here. This ain't no joke.
Don't turn yours. See how these guys are hanging out here?
Yeah.
I don't see any armed guards there. See how it's heavy here? It's really bad over here. This is where I bought my suits, on this block here. It's really bad here. Pulaski. Yeah, it's Pulaski there. So that's pretty much Austin.
Pretty wild.
I think get that on Cicero when you get to Cicero. So would you say that's the worst part right there?
Yeah, I would say that was within this
Well, Flournoy
within this
over there.
5 block area is the worst of the
Yeah.
worst of the worst. Yeah. I mean, I really thought the van was going to be under attack right there. There was like 50 guys crossing over the street, and they weren't crossing straight. They were coming up on an angle.
It's much more dangerous now because there's no armed guards over there,
Well,
and
it's
all the
also
businesses are
afternoon
closed
and
right now.
It's hot as hell too, so people were pissed off.
Yeah, it's a dangerous time to be because there's no armed guards to really do anything, and there's that's
Well, that's why we call today the good and the hood, so you get both ends.
so.
of the
Are you still gonna now, after seeing this, say that it's on par with Oakland? Are you still gonna say that
I
Oakland
would
is?
say it's on par with the Tenderloin in San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Which
So it's
you got
worse
to
than
go
Oak-
back and see my stream with Mr. Z. I almost got him killed.
But so now you're finally gonna say it's worse than Oakland, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was waiting to hear you say.
Well, it's a much bigger city than Oakland.
Right.
Oakland's 600,000. This is 4
Look
times,
at all the people hanging
4
out in
times
there, yeah.
bigger. But Oakland's right up there statistically with the top 10.
Right.
So.
Actually, over there where the park was at wasn't that bad, right? Look how bad it is over
Yeah.
here. Look at that. That's when he sees just a bunch of guys hanging out. It's how does this guy even sell tacos in his taco truck here?
I don't know.
Look
I
at
guess
the.
maybe they know him.
Yeah. Well, I think Inglewood is worse than
Look
here.
at that church down there.
Yeah, I do.
I like that one store was called Buy and Fly, man, to look super.
And you know all those guys that have those places there, they're all Indian guys. They're all Indian, and they're not
They
scared.
take a risk.
Yeah, they don't care about it. They're just.
Well, they care until they get shot. They
There's a
don't
lot of
care
decent
until they
people that
get
live here.
shot.
Not everybody's bad. There's just bad. There's just bad elements. But
They
there's a lot
don't
of.
care until they get shot, Marshall, and then it's too late.
Most of these people.
All
are
it takes is
decent.
one crackhead to come in.
There's a
there.
biker bar right there. Did you see that?
Yeah. This street looks really cool over
This
here.
is the one that I used to cruise on. Is Kilburn. Kilburn was one of the streets that had a lot of stuff going on.
That building is totally boarded up right there.
Yeah, we can come back on Kilburn.
Rooster's Palace.
We can come back on Kilburn. When you go on Cicero, we can come back and turn around and take Kilburn. This
Mr.
is-
X buy and hold property, you know, and hope. Buy, hold, and hope. BHH.
There's nothing the Tenderloin that could match this.
Oh, you don't never seen it, Marshall. You never seen the Tenderloin. Imagine 10 times the number of people on the street, and you've got to go. You got no alternative except to go up the street with the cameras going.
No way.
Well, then you go see it. I got out on the street,
Okay,
walking
that's
on the street
Kilburn.
into a comparable gang with 3 times as many people as that on the street. You watch that. I'll spool it up for you. You watch it.
Right.
This can't hold a candle to that.
This is Kilpatrick. We'll make a right on Cicero up there. Actually, over here it kind of calms down a little bit, right?
Yeah,
A little bit.
So I can finally pull over and take a break. You can get yourself a snow cone.
What is this here? This is this Cicero? Yeah, make a right over here.
Get yourself a snow cone. Madison Eve. Madison High.
Get in the right lane. So this is Cicero Avenue going north. And we can take North Avenue. North Avenue is bad too, so this is
Well, just figured out I'm starting to get tired now.
Okay.
So it's 7:30 at night.
yeah, okay. We'll take
All right.
we'll
So
take this is Cicero. This is all this part of it, so just keep on going.
I need to take a break. It's been
Okay.
45 miles today and
All right.
stuff. So
But that was fun though, right?
that's what I enjoy doing. I got to have the whole balanced look at the city. I got to be able to tell people. I walked the south side. I drove around Cicero and Madison over in that area.
What do you think about how it devolved into what it is now
It's
to Oak
not
Park?
unusual in cities. You'll
Not
drop
unusual.
from one point where it's good, and then all of a sudden, in a very short transitional period, it becomes horrific.
Right.
So
I think North Avenue is interesting because you have
you bet, guys. I'm glad. Always honored to have you on the stream. I see JK NoCal is on here.
Chicago
Nice
Avenue.
to see you, JK.
Chicago Avenue is another interesting street if you want to go on there. You want to see Chicago Avenue?
Yeah, when you
Get
say
to the left.
interesting, define it.
Hood. You want to see Hood get on? Or are you done with it?
Yeah, we can. I want to take a break along here.
Well,
Well, there isn't any well about
get to the
it. I
left.
can. I've got a truck. I've got a pickup truck on here.
This is Lake Avenue. This is one of the scariest streets with the bridge. This is really bad over here too. But there's not much going on over there. There's more going on Chicago Avenue. That's another part of. I'm not sure if it's Austin, but it's pretty
This
bad.
is why I travel to see all this stuff.
But now I see why it's more dangerous now because people are
It's
businesses
summertime. It's
businesses
hot.
are closed.
It's nighttime. People
Right.
are out. Of course,
Okay.
it's more, shit happens at nighttime, not daytime. Yeah, the potholes are pretty bad here.
Chicago Avenue is an interesting street where there's
You need
also
the sun to go
activity.
down, or it just overblows the camera going towards the sun.
Right.
Okay, that's a problem. We're already way over on the west side, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we need to get back east. So we're actually moving the wrong way. when
No,
we
we're
go
going
back
north
west.
right now. We're not going
Yeah,
west.
but you want to turn west onto Chicago.
Okay,
I don't
Ohio
want
is.
to shoot into the sun.
Oh, you don't
because
wanna
it's
see-
useless. You
You
can't
can
see
turn
it.
right on Chicago then. You can turn right on Chicago, but there's.
What are you going to see pointing into the sun now?
Okay.
This
Well, I'm
is
saying
like
you
the
could go to
worst time
Chicago
of
and
day.
Austin and come back is what I'm saying. And then
Okay,
because
we'll do that.
right, that's what I'm trying to tell you, and then go back. And then, because Chicago Avenue is another. I think this is it coming up here by the light. Chicago Avenue is another main. Is this Chicago Avenue? You see better than me, Rosie? I think it is. Yeah, make a left over here. This is Chicago Avenue. This is another part of this.
Yeah, I never rewatch my street. I just put them up. I lived them, so I don't ever go back and rewatch them.
You could take this to Austin and then come back on this because this is another street here where there's activity. There's a lot of police cameras. See all the cameras up there? There's big cameras, police cameras. But I thought that that guy I thought we were gonna get stuck up. You see that cop over there, the undercover
Yeah.
cop, narcotics cop?
Well, I'm going right here. I've had enough today. I don't need to see anymore.
Okay.
The sun just destroys it. I don't care if it going down and comes back.
Okay.
It's just the point. I can't get good.
Okay.
Can't get good vision.
Well, all the activity's over there, so you're going kind of.
Well,
away
I've
from-
just gone back towards where we are.
Okay.
All right, it's been enough. I'm getting fatigued now.
Okay.
It's a lot of driving through very tense situations here.
Well, you went through most of it. There's.
I'm happy. I got exactly what I wanted to see today. Gather all the memories of the entire Chicago.
Oh, we can.
There's a Sears
Kilburn,
Tower.
dead end. You wanted to check out Kilburn, you said? Oh, I guess you don't want to. But this is
No, 'cause
Kilburn.
the sun is all.
The sun's all, yeah. Okay. So I guess we'll just get in the left lane. This is Chicago Avenue. Most of the activity on the other side, but okay. Let me see what this street is here. This is. You want to take this, Cosmo? You can take that, but there's nothing going on over here. It's an industrial area.
That
You
looks
can take
residential
Pulaski
here.
is very interesting. You can take
Yeah,
Pulaski.
Pulaski's fine.
Pulaski's
And I'm
cool.
going to pull over and take a break and stretch my legs. I'm starting to get a cramp.
Well, you're out of the woods here. This is
Beautiful Willits Tower ahead.
Willis Tower, yep. I never seen you get kind of spooked like that, but today you
I
got
wasn't
spooked.
spooked.
A little bit.
I was only spooked when the guys were approaching off the from the back. I didn't know what they were going to do.
Well, remember, you have a vehicle. You can always just push the gas and
Well,
go.
I got to be careful of people in front of me so I don't take out an innocent child that maybe I'll have to just sacrifice it up at that point. I'm not going to run over a kid.
Let me see
There's
what's
no
going on
way
here.
I'm
There's some
gonna-
activity here.
No way I'm going to take a kid out crossing the street.
Huh. This is Chicago Avenue. A very quiet, kind of a more quiet big school here. Okay, I think this is Pulaski. Go ahead and make a left here. So you're done with the hood Choochin?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, we did the good Noah. Remember,
We-
we were over at the
we did
Wright
the
House.
main-
We were over at Oak Park. We did
Yeah.
a lot. We did a lot.
Yep.
That's right, Mouse Toe is 100% correct. I don't do spooked, but I do cramp in the leg and all that.
Rotten says Rosie is looking for that thug loving. No, I don't think Rosie likes African American guys. She likes white guys. Right, Rosie?
I like all people. If they're nice people and they're fun people, then I have no issue with
She's
stuff.
attracted to
I'm attracted to the all-American type.
all-American type.
You know,
the construction
like,
worker.
the girls and stuff like that. So I'm not.
She says she prefers white guys. He's told me that many times. All right, this is Pulaski here. This will start to transition into Latino here. It's not really that bad here. It's
Yeah,
it's
it looks
bad.
fine. I'm gonna
It's
stretch my legs for a bit. So
this is fire here.
yeah, I'm just gonna pull up here where the building's all boarded up. Maybe do a little chooch here.
Well, this you want to pull up in front of this guy's house like this?
Yeah, is he gonna shoot me? How about here? Is it
Why don't you
okay?
pull up a little more by this
Well,
boarded
just
building?
tell me when it's okay. Okay.
Okay,
How
this is
about
fine.
here?
Okay, this is fine.
Then you can go in and visit them there. Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing going on. I mean, it's bad
So, I
here,
mean,
but
it's very calm here.
okay.
Stretch my legs out. All right. Look around a little bit.
Well, there it was. I guess this is not still. You're not out of the woods here. It's still pretty bad here. There's a boarded up building right here, so it's still not the best of areas. And we're on Pulaski. It's still right on the edge, but it's still a pretty bad area here. There's a car behind us. Hey, what is that car doing behind us? You see him? What are they doing? Huh?
Watching.
He's doing what?
He's watching us.
He's watching us? There's a car behind us here that just pulled over. I'm always aware of my surroundings and stuff. I don't know who it is. But I think we're being stalked by somebody. I see the car. She's out there. I see him. I'm always aware of my situation. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. See that car? There's a car right there. is pulled up behind us. It's kind of unusual. There's no reason for them to pull up behind us like that. Rosie's outside smoking. This is a very gang area. This is a it's a lot of gangbangers here. You gotta be real careful right here. It doesn't look like a cop car. But, I just saw him in the mirror. There's a guy walking on this side. Let's see, I'll put the camera here. Show you guys there's somebody walking down the street there.
Nice thing here, I got you outside of your normal comfort zone, you know?
Well, this is a
You're a Morton Grove kind of guy.
This is a gang area here. You got to be real careful there. There's a lot of gangbangers around here.
This ain't Skokie, baby.
No, this is
This ain't Skokie.
This is not. Don't underestimate this area.
No, I'm not.
You can get.
I'm not. I got my bulletproof vest on.
You're still not out of the woods here. We're right at the cusp here. It's not the Latino area yet. This is Iowa and Pulaski. It's still really bad here.
Looks like a good place for soul food.
The best soul food is on the southeast side, from what I heard. You're not out of the woods yet. This is Augusta. And is that, yeah, this is Augusta. Still pretty bad here.
Yeah, it's pretty rough over on the left side over here.
You're not out of the woods until you get to North Avenue. It's pretty bad over here. Not as bad as Madison. I think it's not as worse as Madison, right? Would you say? What would you say?
It's about on a par with that around here, I think.
No, it's turned Latino right here. You see? It's already turned Latino right here. It's not as bad. Okay, this is Division. This is a street that has a lot of activity on it too. Division. A lot of activity here. There's a lot of stuff going on there. But that's another street. Watch these holes, go. These holes
are amazing.
So Division, Chicago, there's a lot of activity there. Madison, you saw.
Somebody's selling snow cones. You want a snow cone?
This turns into Latino right here. I don't think. What do you think? This is not as bad. It's bad, but it's.
It's bad.
It's bad, yeah. It turns into like you're going into close to Humboldt Park here. Yeah. And this is Grand Avenue.
Man, there's some deep holes here.
Yep. That's the place we were at, Jimmy, see?
Yep. Good hot dog, good Polish.
Good fries.
Yep.
You want to check out North Avenue, Rosa?
What's there to see on it?
There's, well, not really, not much really. I think you've already seen most of it anyway. It's the Puerto Rican area, basically. Pozzoleria San Juan. That's one place that I wanted to try the soup. That is pretty good.
That's the
Pozzole, yeah. So do you think it's not as bad here, right, as Madison? It's changed kind of here?
Yeah. Oh, it's changed.
Yeah.
Man, that's fatiguing driving around the city of Chicago.
You want to check out North Avenue a little bit?
Sure.
Make a right. So this is North Avenue.
Oh, we came across here to go to
yeah, no, we didn't go
Clark.
Exactly.
Clark
so
Street.
just stay in the left lane. I'll take you. But watch out for these big things here.
I know, man. There's some massive
sewer
raised up
holes.
sewer.
I wanted you to check out the more ghetto side of North Avenue, and we'll check out that side.
Yeah, we got to be careful. These things.
Yeah, you got to be
these
careful.
Things are terrible. These things will rip your tire off.
Oh yeah. You got to be careful of those. North Avenue. Try to get to the left lane.
It's hard because I got people coming up
Oh,
on the inside.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Just go this lane. Yeah, this is North Avenue. It kind of turns into the Puerto Rican area here. People were hanging out. Sabor Latino restaurant. This is pretty Latino here. It turns into Puerto Rican. See? This guy's crossing there. Watch out, these big holes here. So this is North Avenue here. This is the transition between Latino and African American. You see there's a lot of Puerto Ricans here. But this is king of all things. It's better when you are east of Western Avenue. Oh yeah, I know that, yeah. I just wanted to show her the ghetto part of North Avenue. She's already seen the nice part where North Avenue Milwaukee's at. But I wanted her to see the ghetto part. We'll do that. Yeah, that's the main drag.
This is like dropping down off of a cliff.
Oh yeah, you gotta be careful there. Yep. This is the Latino area of North Avenue. We'll go back towards. See all the colorful businesses there, Rosa?
Yep.
So you say there's a big difference between here and Madison, right? Would you say is there a big difference?
Yeah. Not big, but a difference.
But it's not as dangerous, right? I feel that it's more safe than Madison. And the ghetto, people, don't you understand? The child needs a helping hand.
Gotta keep it clean for you guys.
I love cruising around. I did it when I was a kid. That was my choochin. I would cruise around. I have a camera, Rosie, and I'd be in my security uniform, and I put it on these girls, and they think I'm a cop and stuff. You see, there's another cop over there. See him? The gas station.
No, I gotta watch this huge.
Yeah, watch these big things over here.
Look at this. Look at this damn thing.
Yep.
Man.
So this is the North Avenue. The Latino area of North Avenue. That guy's got his windows all blacked out. It's pretty quiet on North Avenue, huh?
Yep.
And we're coming up here on, this is North Avenue and Holman. Holman is known as a street where there's a lot of crazy stuff. Holman, yep. So,
Good place to destroy your suspension here.
yeah, we don't have to take North Avenue back. We just take,
Okay. Tell me where to turn and
Okay.
which direction.
let me see what this is here coming up. Because it's all messed up. There's no point of. Let's see what this is. This is Kedzie.
Roser's Bakery.
This is the actual. It's a very interesting area here. It's,
I'd like to hit a bakery.
this is
There's the National Guard
yep.
headquarters on the right.
Coming up in Humboldt Park, and I think that's this is Humboldt Park. All the Puerto Ricans are here. You want to drive around Humboldt Park, see what's going on? No?
No interest in going in there.
Going in there. This is the Puerto Rican area, Humboldt Park. And this is Humboldt Avenue. Sandwich bar, yep. I guess we can make a left at this light here. I think Rosie's got her fill of Choochin. This is the Puerto Rican area. We can make a left over here. Just hang a left here. This is California Avenue. I think the only other place left for Rosie to see is Little Village, Pilsen. The Mexican area. She's pretty much seen a lot of Chicago.
Pretty much a regular Chicago driver now, that's for sure. I've logged over 125 miles on Chicago roads. So
It's just cool that
I think that qualifies me.
I used to do this when I was in my 20s and I had a Honda Accord. Oh, this is a hostel for you. Is that a hostel? North
No, it's a
Hotel?
hotel.
It's a hotel.
Flop house.
Oh, okay. Flop house, yep. This is Humboldt Park, Puerto Rican area.
On the right is.
It's probably a school, right? Would you think it's like a school,
Yeah.
like a high school? Wow, there's already some rejuvenation here, brand new buildings here. North Avenue.
Moose Elementary School.
Yeah, elementary school, yep. 13 feet, California. Look at these newer buildings, huh? They're all built up.
Yeah.
They're already rejuvenating there. It's actually real nice. I think after Rosie saw the Austin neighborhood, probably tire repair. Yep, I think it's been a pretty epic chooch, Rosie.
Another epic one. It's been great. That's why we call them the good and the hood. You get both sides of it, you know?
Yep.
You get the balanced look at Chicago.
$3.93 for gas up here in Armitage.
I mean, these people have seen a lot of my subscribers have never been through Chicago before, so they've really seen it at street level.
Oh, they seem
which
like
I really like.
yeah. I think you cover Chicago more than any other city right now. I think
you're right.
I think you blew Reno and Vegas out of the water here. I think this
Well,
has been the
we
most
covered
covered.
a lot of Toronto, a lot of Detroit.
Yeah,
That's
but
why I call it the Great Lakes Tour 2019. CamperCon 2019.
Chicago has been epic.
2019. CamperCon 2019.
This is a cool little business, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Some
Yeah.
sort of a yuppie thing, huh? Some sort of a yuppie restaurant. There's not even any sign. Did you see that?
Yeah, just basic.
Look at these. They're building this up here, Rosie. Wow.
I better grab one of them.
This is being rejuvenated. Look at this, Rosie.
Lovely girl.
I can tell the more you stay in Chicago, the more you like it.
And
Masada.
this is where we chooched down here that night, the first
Oh yeah, this is the corners area. Okay,
this
this is it.
6
Yeah.
corners or 5 corners.
Is this it? Texture? Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is
Milwaukee. We'll watch out for this guy, Rosie. This is Milwaukee Avenue. You want to take Milwaukee back?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a lot of business. Look how cool this area is, huh?
Mm-hmm.
This is it. Okay, so what we'll do is just hang a right. Can you hang a right here? Yeah, hang a right there. A lot of cool businesses on Milwaukee that open. Take Milwaukee back.
And these weird little circles, but instead of moving and yielding, you have stop signs here. Which way are we going, right?
Yeah, you make it right. Yeah, we'll get back on Milwaukee. Milwaukee has been all rejuvenated there. A lot of cool businesses to see on Milwaukee. Just go straight over there. That's Milwaukee up there. But watch, there's a big hole over here. Be careful. Go on this side. There you go. You got it. We'll take Milwaukee going back up north of Milwaukee that way. You think going up north. There's a big hole right there. Watch out.
Massive hole.
Massive hole. This is all being rejuvenated. Yep. Just make it right around Milwaukee. I think this is the area we chooched in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was it. Yeah, I think the more Rosie hangs out in Chicago, the more she likes it. I can tell. I can feel it. Might just stay on this. This is Milwaukee. I didn't know the California intersections. I guess Milwaukee. Yeah, I guess it does. California, Milwaukee. This is that little area here. A lot of cool businesses here in Milwaukee. Nigo's restaurant. This is like a food paradise here. Tattoos. What is this here? Yeah, Milwaukee Avenue. It's all the way back to the north side. What a epic Chooch. I love this Chooch. I love driving Chooches. Keep on going straight, Rosie. This is Fullerton, another colorful street. Look at all these businesses on Milwaukee, Rosie. Look at Furious Spoon. Look at this place. Ramen bar. Hip hop. This is really happening there. I love this part of Milwaukee. Cantina. Is that a Taco Bell?
That's like a Taco Bell cantina.
Cantina, yeah.
Watch that door.
Yep, this is Logan Square here. Pauly G's Logan Square. They're building up. Just keep on building. Oh, this is supposed to be, I heard this is good, Rosie. Father and son pizza. Somebody told me it was good. But I've never been there. They say it's good. 60 years.
Well, I think any place that survives.
Look at all this
60
development to
years,
your
yeah.
left. Look at that.
I got bike riders
Yeah,
on the right,
I know.
so I gotta be careful.
Yeah, be careful. Yeah. This area is red hot. They're developing like crazy here. There's a milkshake hotel. I guess that's some sort of a timeshare. Taste of Havana. That place is supposed to be good. That's a Cuban restaurant. Taste of Havana. You're in Chicago's Logan Square, Rosie O'Kelly.
A lot of hard driving today.
I think she drove a lot today.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rosie, how many miles did you drive today?
About 125 miles today.
Today?
Yeah.
Get out of here, really?
No, today looked like about 64 miles today.
Really?
Yeah, it was all the way up to Schiller Park and that way. All the way up by O'Hare and then all the way down. And
Oh my God. This is Logan Square. This is it.
I've put over 6,000 miles on this trip so far.
But if you can get to your right, because you're not going to be able to turn the guy up turn. There you go. I've heard of Ernest Hemingway. I just never knew. I've heard
Hey,
the name.
Sean
but-
the Brit. Well, you should have studied him in English.
You know what I
class.
hated in his,
High school.
what I hated in English class? Shakespeare. Okay, we're on Milwaukee Avenue, heading north on Milwaukee.
I can't imagine you reading Shakespeare for some reason.
I hate that. And I hated algebra. Couldn't stand algebra. There's some sort of a theater right there. Road Bear
You should
RV.
enjoy algebra. That was created by the Arabs.
Look at all these thriving businesses here. Saba Italian Kitchen Bar. I don't know why you're driving so fast, Rosie.
I'm fatigued,
Oh, okay.
maybe, you know. Did you ever consider that? There's not much of interest in being on here.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of different Asian barbecue. There's a lot of different businesses here. Wow, Milwaukee Avenue, man. I just can't believe all these Milwaukee and diversity. All the top restaurants are here.
It's a lot of high pressure driving today.
Yeah. And Rosie's flying now.
Yep.
Because she's tired. But you know, I think you're supposed to yield to pedestrians.
Yeah, I did. The guy's just standing there. He's not crossing the street looking for somebody coming down the street.
This is just a food street, nightlife street. A lot of. What a chooch. Milwaukee Avenue in Central Park. What I usually do, if somebody's riding behind me, I'll just pull over and let them go in front of me and stuff. You could just pull over and let them in front of you. That's what I do. Yep, we're in Milwaukee, Lawndale here. Northbound on Milwaukee.
You've seen more of the city with me the last 5 days than the last 3 years.
Red Apple Buffet. This is a Polish buffet that's really good. This is their second location.
Looks like they're closed.
Yeah, they're closed. I was showing them. So I'm just amazed at all the businesses on Milwaukee Avenue. They've really built it up. Logan Square, up and coming neighborhood. Massive. We're on Milwaukee and Belmont here. Northbound here in Chicago. Wow, I was surprised at Logan Square. I want to be hanging out in Logan Square more. I like Logan Square. A lot of stuff to do over there. Milwaukee and Belmont, okay. That's where we're at. Just surprised how happening Logan Square is. We're on Milano Cafe Bar. Okay, we're on Milwaukee and Pulaski here. This is by your favorite place.
Yeah,
to
so
take
we
a
have
shower.
to turn here.
No, you just keep on going straight. You don't turn.
No, this is where I turned on. Usually turned on the Pulaski.
No. Straight. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap mine up over here. So I hope you guys have a good day. It's been an epic chooch.
Thanks for being on, everybody.
Thanks for being on. Have a good night.